My glorious, glorious phantom steed.
Ugh.
Alrighty, so go ahead.
We didn't. Oh no, I was gonna say. So we didn't like. There wasn't like a short rest or anything between this and that.
No. Felon Briseus took off after the screaming
Okay.
child. Or at least in that direction. I don't think we could hear them anymore.
All right. So.
Yeah, they had stopped screaming during the last couple rounds of combat. You stopped hearing the screaming.
Deal with my depleted key points.
Dwayne, as you are cleaning off and going through stuff and having to find a weird way to hoist the shield and axe to your back, to the mount, unsure yet. As you're cleaning it off, it looks a little more clear. It just looked like a dirty wooden shield. Now you kind of see a symbol on the front. It's pretty well worn, but you can make out what looks to be an eye.
Ah, Sauron.
Yep.
Well-known enchanter. Dwell just
creepy or nothing.
Dwell just gets everything sort of on the horse and is kind of cleaning it as he goes. And as he moves along riding the horse, he drops the cloth that he's been using to clean it. And as it flutters down, it looks like a woman's apron. And he pulls out another one. It seems he's been collecting cloths to clean with as he goes.
As per the Discord chat, you guys also got a great axe +1 that Dwayne is, tying in with the shield and putting on his back. You got a well-sealed gray bag of tricks and a pearl of power. So Briseus and Felon take straight off after the battle. As you guys are running down towards the sound, Cloud, what are you doing?
Sorry about that. Trying to eat at the same time here. In this situation, Cloud feeling like he wasn't quite himself for the last hour or so, kind of gets back into his head. And he'll take off after Briseus and Felon.
Alright, we're slowly revealing part of the map as you guys come around the corner and keep running. Like I said, it sounded like it was 300 to 500 feet away. The guy pointed off as he was, slowly recovering from his orc wounds. As you guys come up on the scene, obviously you're entering in the lower right-hand corner. You see three.
Did Sin cut out for anybody else?
Oh yeah, the last word I heard was 3.
Mm-hmm.
She's mastered suspense.
The suspense being, did she die?
No, they're having another hurricane there or whatever it was that has happened every time. Has there ever been a session where somebody wasn't in the middle of a giant storm?
Feels like I exist in a storm at this point.
Oh, speaking of which, did you guys get hit by the one yesterday up there? They were prepping us for it, and so they were like, "Oh, winter advisory." We got a flurry of snow, and that was it over here.
It is currently in the process of dumping on us.
Yeah, I think east of us, east of the river and up and over, got worse, but we got nothing.
I think we got an inch, maybe at the most, inch or two.
I don't even think we got an inch up here.
But this morning the roads were fine. I just had to clean off my car. That's about it.
So, like, as Dwale's catching up, he's like, Briseis, dear, I found a shield.
Okay. Can't deal with that right now, though.
Not really the time.
Little busy. Talk later.
You guys are running up and you see a dead
It's a whole
body in
ordeal
front.
for her to switch shields. A dead body?
Yeah, you see the red figure is indeed dead on the ground, and there are 3 undead orcs behind it.
Okay.
Or what might have been. They're green, and they're definitely not healthy looking.
Okay. Alright, let's go.
The body in front of you has the middle orc is hovering over the body, and it doesn't sound like it sounds like he's eating part of said body.
Nice.
Am I still up the max extra 10 hit points from last week?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I put those into your HP.
Yeah, I see. My max says it's 47. So, cause, yeah, it should have been, I think, 37 after level 6.
Okay. Just a quick light initiative here.
A light initiative? Okay.
Yeah.
Just a little one.
Alright. I beat the zombies. That's what's important.
Yeah, so you guys... Is grid on? Grid is still on?
It's on.
So it's not going to match the map.
Yeah, it's just a little off.
Stretchy. But the distances are good. Briseis.
Okay. So she is going to... Where is it? Cast her... She cast it twice already. Her last spiritual weapon. Over here? Well, here, I think, would be the within range of her. Wasn't I able to pull the mace on at some point? Well, either way.
Yes, I believe it's in your... I believe it should be in player handouts.
Ah, there it is. Okay. And he is going to start running in this direction. She can get there. And with her actual action, she is going to compel duel this guy. And I should probably actually cast that. Spiritual weapon. Guessing a 17 hits?
Yeah, 17 is all gravy train.
Okay. What is my... Yeah, that is a wise zombie. That doesn't work.
Stupid zombie.
Are they? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Oh, good. Just have whatever goes in that way. Just use one of them as your regular action. Yes, next time we'll forecast
Okay.
it.
No, I didn't.
Felon,
Okay.
you see one nomming here.
All right. So I'm gonna move to there, and then I'm going to. There's only 3 of them. I think there's gonna be more. So I'm gonna Sacred Flame this guy. He's getting his nom on. Oh, 3 damage. Nice.
Ooh. Look, see, there's their typical nom.
Take that 3 damage. I mean, it was a dex save, but I don't think a 6 on the die is going to save for his dex save either.
Yeah, zombies,
Yeah,
if they're known
okay.
for anything, it's high dexes.
Yeah, they're definitely super agile.
Yeah. He doesn't look wise or nimble. Any bonuses?
Not yet, no.
Okay. Cloud, you see what looks like exactly what was happening in the town. You got some zombies. They're nomming.
So the one who's on the ground, she looks like she's definitely like dead, like beyond saving.
There's no
Like
movement.
But I mean, have they like torn her up or just kind of like?
They've been chewing on her up until
Alright.
you came around.
So she's okay. This is probably a safe bet then that she's not doing so great. Are these guys off the grid slightly? It looks like. Because yeah, that's no worries. I'm just trying to get a. So I will a little more cautiously because that's totally my thing. Still kind of feeling the effects of the fight. It's going to advance kind of cautiously to this point. And I should be... No, I might need to go a little closer. Maybe like another step closer. To get within range. And then I will, rather than diving in head first, I'll pull out a couple of my throwing darts and wing them at the one that just got Sacred Flamed.
Okay.
So the first one... I'm assuming a 20 is a hit.
Yep, I'll get there.
For 7. And second, 14.
Yeah. You know, notorious zombies are notorious for standing still.
And 5 for that one. So there's my regular attack. I think this is a full action, isn't it? Yeah, it's an action. All right. Well, then I will. Yeah, I'll just kind of hold myself where I'm at this point.
All right, as Cloud, as he doesn't throw himself forward into a zombie's maw. Doyle, as you bring up the rear, what do you do?
Zombies. He puts down the shield and the great axe he sort of was bundling around. He grabs his staff and pulls it out, lines it up, and takes a shot at the center one. By the way, be mindful of the girl. Worse than her, we're getting up.
Okay. Well, in typical Casey accurate fashion, you said this one, the one that was
center. Yeah, get one on the girl. Yeah. Oh, this gets easier each time. Bastard zombie.
Wowza.
Well, I mean, that still doesn't save that zombie. right? 5+. Yeah, 5+. So, Dwayne, even though you know zombies typically have a bad habit of getting up after they get knocked down, seems like this one you just managed to take it out entirely. Perhaps maybe taking off too much of its body with your firebolt for it to be able to get back up.
For it to Chumbawamba itself.
It gets knocked down.
Wow.
I mean, I can be gone this week too if you want me to. I can just disconnect and let Sean play me.
No.
This one wants Briseis brains.
No, can't have it.
Wow. Definitely cannot have it.
You guys see that zombie kind of look at you for a second and then look back and take off running that direction. As it does so, you guys kind of follow its trajectory and you see another small child just kind of like shaking in fear and holding his leg, and you see the undead going straight for him. Behind the child are big rocks in what look like a circular pattern around a ruined circle. It looks like there was a big entryway at some point, but there's tons of grass growing over it. Old plants. Looks like an overgrown castle of some kind or something like that. You can see right through what you imagine would have been the front door.
Oh, Phelan, did you see that? I struck fear into an undead. I didn't even know that could happen.
I don't think you made him afraid. I think you made him reconsider his next meal.
I fail to see the difference.
I think that kid's
I'll-
about to learn the difference.
I'll let him know. I'll be like, you know, let Felon know to worry about this one on Briseis, and I'll go get the other one.
As this kid sees a zombie and does what every smart kid does: run.
Go to hug it.
Head first.
And as this tower is quite see-through at this point, I will be revealing most of it behind. As Briseis, you see and hear another being running off, and more of the undead meaty right in front of you.
He is going to slam this thing down this way at the guy.
All the crits.
Wowzers. Yeah, Briseis. Well, not some. Oh, that was the.
Yeah, the force of your spiritual weapon actually, like it kind of cuts his torso in half, which is weird for something that's bludgeoning. Typically, the way that you use it, but it seems to just force the two halves of this zombie to separate.
Okay, so she didn't need the other one?
That's right.
Well, if that guy goes down immediately, she will dash to here. This guy. And that'll be her.
Did you say that we saw more of them?
We saw...
More
I don't know if
undead?
she could see the little
Yeah.
girl from where she were, because
Well, I
trees,
thought-
but
Yeah, 'cause I thought you said that when you revealed more of that, but I thought you said we saw more undead.
No, just
Oh,
the one
my
that
bad.
ran.
My bad.
All right, Briseis, you have closed the gap.
Yep.
Felon.
All right. Felon is going to move to there. And he's going to Sacred Flame this guy. Effort to kill him. It's more damage. Oh, you
Oh, he's nimble.
stupid zombie.
Jack. He is definitely Jack. He definitely jumped over the candlestick that cast Sacred Flame.
Stupid zombie.
Ooh. Candlestick jokes.
That's right. Make candlestick jokes. Cloud, as you see, Felon not quite hitting the mark on his second calling of his god. You see Briseis maul one and then close in with the other.
Okay. Mhm. 50 to there. That's not quite enough to be flanking. Or Fred, are we doing flanking in this game or not?
In this one, no.
No? Okay, then it doesn't really matter. I can get to there, though. So I'll go dashing past and take it up side by side with Briseis. And wheeling and spinning around my quarterstaff, we're going to go with the usual 1-2. Nope. Oh, that's better.
Nice.
I mean, 3 crits for 3 zombies kind of makes
Yeah.
sense.
For 13 points of damage. And as my bonus action, I'll do 1 unarmed. No. Yeah, super impressive, but in the swing and a miss, a really solid hit, and then I kind of I put so much into that one swing that I wasn't in a good position for my follow through and totally whiffed that one.
All right. Doyle, seeing 7, get involved, get overexcited, and then not compensate.
Now, where did that child go?
Ran to the north.
Mhm.
The trees are thick in this area. They're kind of like, I don't know. You look at them and you kind of think of like mist and like a weird land that starts with a B. Like they're super thick trees.
Brooklyn?
Fair enough. Brooklyn, indeed. As these trees seem impossible, I will go ahead and send another bolt of flame at that stubbornly standing zombie. No.
It's the zombie that you have problems with. This one, choosing between the cat and the metal. Chooses the metal for some reason. Tries to slam up it. Nope. Is this the same one that's crit failed twice?
I don't think so. This
He could be our favorite.
This one did.
We'll bring him home.
Both
tonight.
against her.
Well, Briseis, it seems like your hatred of the undead seems to be shining through in them towards you.
I can't get it all the way over there, but she's gonna have it follow her just in case. But sword.
Nice. I like how this game is going so far. Just want to go on record.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Again, Briseis, you've done this many times. Just you put the sword in, the zombie crumbles, nobody never gets up, it's all good. So, I am going to drop it out of initiative at this point. Unless you guys have any urgent time-sensitive actions you would like to take.
I have a question before we do that. How long since we've last heard screams?
Since the combat before you ran down here.
Right.
Even when you got on to the kids, you didn't hear any screams.
Right. I assume that the screams were probably this kid. How long did it take us to run over here? Because there's a very time-sensitive action I'm very much considering taking, but it requires something to happen. It needs to happen within a minute of a very specific point, which is when this kid got munched really hard.
I would say as that large last orc was finally going down was about the round of combat where you stopped hearing the screams.
So that's probably more than a minute ago.
Yeah, I'd say probably more than just 1 minute.
Darn it. Alright. Shit. Fella's just gonna look at the kid sadly. Because I can't revivify him then.
You look at the kid sadly and you're like, oh, I'm sorry I can't bring you back. But noticing the large chunks of flesh and, whatnot missing from the kid, you feel slightly less bad.
Yeah, but that would, it was quick revivify, it'd be okay. But, yeah.
It's just a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound.
Alright, so you guys made quick work of that problem. The child took off into the woods, clearly what the other kid should have done long ago, and what the one in front also probably should have done. But you have dispatched with all apparent threats, and are left in the middle of this strange, kind of serene setting. There's a decent-sized pond, it looks like, around there. You hear water gently lapping, and you don't hear many noises other than the gentleman that was back in town going, oh, and the wind rustling the trees all around you.
Child, just come
Someone
back.
should go after the kid.
Go after the kid. Just call out for it. Child, come back. We've dealt with the trouble.
Hey, little kid, the zombies are dead. Safe over here now, I promise.
Can I recover either of my throwing darts?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll that 1d2. That's when you get back.
Now let's divide this in half because doesn't seem to be a D2 setting.
All right, so Dwayne, you half-heartedly go, "Come back, child. Everything's safe now." And Felon, you a little more loudly do something similar. You don't hear anything, though. You don't hear any response, any screams, any panicked running. You hear nothing.
I'm going to kind of cast my eyes around to the trees and see if they've taken to a tree somewhere, maybe, or they're hiding off of ground level.
Can you roll a survival?
I can do that. Probably not very well.
Phelan, as you're wondering about, stay out of the Ring of Stones.
Why?
Aiden had mentioned there was a tower abouts that had some powerful magic item and possibly some protections. Rings in general outline barriers.
Okay, well that's worth looking at, but I'm gonna go into these woods.
Oh, have fun.
If he does, I'm going to follow along behind.
Hey, kid, seriously, it's okay. We're not gonna hurt you. We promise. Hello.
Yeah. So Cloud, you're peering in. You don't see anything but lots of very thick trees. Felon, you hear no response.
Okay. All right. We're going traipsing in here. Felon's gonna go into the woods.
Wait, what?
Oh boy.
We gotta find that kid. We can't leave him in there.
Why not? It's just one peasant.
Yeah.
If Felon could kill him with a look,
ignoring that
Felon would in this moment.
Yeah. Cloud understands and continues along with.
Anybody who's going in the woods, can you roll me another survival check?
Oh, sure.
Or I'm naturally kind of okay at this.
That's
Not
better than
bad.
last time.
11. Okay, 11's really good. We're good.
No. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. Woo!
Form a human chain. Everybody, grab a buddy.
Actually, it would be the least human chain I think we could make at the moment.
That's fair.
All right, so, dang.
Make a
Chryseis.
humanoid chain.
Yeah. I mean, and,
Everybody grab the tail of the person in front of you.
Hey!
And then...
So,
I guess that puts Felon at the back, because he has no tail.
I guess that's true. Yeah, that works.
as you guys are forming a chain of strange tales and other such things, you walk ahead, and it seems like almost at the same time, each of you kind of trips and stumbles into a brush area. You look up, and you end up kind of back where you were before, but each of you at a different area.
Okay.
Oh, no.
If I remember my Nintendo Power correctly, we have to go up, right, up, left, down? Something like that?
You're talking about in the original Zelda and the Lost Woods. Yeah, okay, yeah. All right. Gotcha.
Thank you. I'm glad that somebody knew what I was getting at there.
Shit.
Chryseis, what are you doing back there?
Hello?
Hey, Cloud!
Hi.
That's not good.
The pond is very subtly lapping kind of towards you guys. You know, it seems like the wind has changed direction, and it's very serene. Kind of nice.
I know that. I know that voice.
It's the friendly DM
More undead.
voice.
Yeah,
More undead water.
Trust this at all.
Chryseis is gonna kind of just like turn around and walk back the direction she was walking. Like,
Going past Dwayne and back into the woods, or behind?
no. Like she came out over here.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna turn around and go this way.
Chryseis,
Okay.
where are you going?
Can you roll a survival? please?
She's experimenting.
Okay, and you same kind of thing happens. You just can't keep your feet together or keep them together too well, and find yourself closer to Dwayne and Cloud.
Whoa. And Dwayne.
Huh.
I'm gonna just like hug the shoreline as I try to like keep them both in
Felons.
sight.
Are you entirely done with this?
No, something's going on here. We have to figure it out.
What part of magically protected tower was unclear?
The part where we weren't going towards the tower, perhaps?
Yeah, we were going away from the tower.
Can you leave? Can you go back the way we came in here?
Can
You were
I?
just telling him to get out.
Can you fucking
Pretty
go
much,
away,
you just
please?
go. But like asking like legit, like, are you able to leave?
Yip. Any attempts to go out?
You're just going straight back the way you came?
Just going over here. I see zombies. I think I see the town in the distance.
You do. You're taking a leisurely stroll down this way. As you go down this way, you can kind of hear the moans and groans of the man that you guys left on the ground back there. Oh, hello? Is
Yes,
somebody
yes.
there? I can hear your... Hello?
Just stay where you are. We'll be back in a bit. My friends are doing things.
All right. Well, happens when we all tripped, right? Like that seems to be part of bit. So, what happens if we go back into the woods, but instead of walking, we shuffle to minimize the chances of tripping? Do you think we'll forcibly be tripped? Do you think tripping causes it? What's the? I don't know. Fallon's just gonna walk back into the woods and see what happens again.
No, this is like the rust all over again.
All right. So you head back thinking that you figured it out. If you just walk like this and your feet never leave the ground, it's all
If I walk
good.
like a penguin, it's fine.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a survival.
I was going to say, I've seen enough videos to know that penguins trip all the fucking time.
20.
All right. So as you're walking in, you're focusing so hard. You're staring at your feet. You're I'm not going to trip. They're not leaving the ground. They're not leaving the ground. And then a branch that you didn't see somewhere just cuts you right in the middle. You kind of tumble over it, and you end up walking out kind of to where you saw Briseis the very first time she came out of the woods.
Over there. Huh. But if the kid... the shuffling seems to work a little bit. But
Good to know. Thank you.
But if the kid ran in and couldn't find his way, why didn't he come out over here? Or maybe he did. And
Unless they ended up somewhere else. Ugh. You said the water is undisturbed and serene, right? Not there's no splashing or ripples from previous splashing going on?
No, you don't see anything. It's just very, very calm, very clear.
I reach out with the tip of my staff and just kind of poke the surface of the water.
It ripples. Your staff is now a little wet.
Yeah, it happens.
Phelan, if you're going to go stumbling about in the woods, do you think maybe now would be one of those times to use your magical insight?
I suppose, but it's going to take a few minutes. All right.
Hugging the shoreline, if I go around past Briseis and down right between the circle of stones and the trees here, can I get through this spot, or does something happen when I get closer?
I'm sorry, what was that?
If I headed up and around, because I was at the top, I was up over here.
Yeah.
If I headed this way past, whoops, that's the wrong tool. This way and then down, hugging the shoreline, and then got over here to where the circle of stones is around the tower. Can I cut between them here, or does at any point do I get redirected?
No, you as long as you're not going, into
the trees proper.
Trees. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, if I make it back down, then I'll yell back to Briseis, we can, as long as we don't enter the trees, I think we're fine. But
Dwayne, you've been at relatively the same spot for a while. Can you give me a perception check?
I sure can. I'm really bad at these, though. Does it count that I'm holding the shield but not using it?
It counts in making you look strange, but no. Yeah. So while you're standing around watching them pop all over the place and hearing them I'm gonna try this and then pop in a different place, I take it Dwayne might be getting kind of impatient and bored. You're looking around and looking towards where you guys imagine the door would be. You see a block of wood with some kind of scratching on it. And that's all you can tell from here.
Phelan.
What?
There's a block of wood with some scratchings on it.
Okay. Do you mean writing?
I wouldn't consider it writing.
All right, I'll go look at this block of wood over here, I assume.
I mean, the first letter isn't prettied up, so obviously it can't be formal writing.
That's not... Okay. Colin looks at the block.
All right. So get it upon closer inspection, and maybe a little wiping with your sleeve. You see scribbled in Elvish. You see like a scripty word, loosely translated to home.
What language is it in?
Elvish.
Elvish. Okay. It says home, but in Elvish.
Ah, well then not real writing at all.
You'd best watch yourself, human. And Felon goes inside.
All right. So as you are about to step over the threshold, you hear a loud, booming voice. Welcome.
Hello?
Felon, do you recall what I said about the Ring of Stones, Felon?
You're the one who directed me over here, Dwayne.
I indicated there was a block there. I didn't say go rub your face against it.
Of course I'm gonna go rub my face against it. That's what I do most of the time.
I think this is the first time we've encountered a block of wood. I had no idea that face rubbing was the appropriate method. I'm learning, Felon. Face rubbing, block of wood.
Felon, you're going to have to be a little more patient if you're going to be the teacher, I would imagine.
Dwell actually gets out his journal. Face rubbing, block of wood, noted.
Felon turns back to the tower, figuring he'll deal with this later. Hello? Are you going to respond, or was that just like an illusion?
Welcome!
Okay, it was an illusion. Alright, that's kind of weird, though. I'm going to step over. Sounds nice enough, though.
You feel like almost an invisible shield push you back and say, welcome, friend, but you are not quite able to enter.
Why not?
Almost not waiting for you to finish your why not, an auto response seems like to come out and say, I created this tower, my home, because I never felt at home in the outside world. Didn't know how to connect with people out there. And I was afraid for most of my life, up until I knew it was ending. It was then I realized the true happiness lies in sharing experiences with others. As I have now obviously left this world, I'll ask that you humor an old man's wishes and play one last game with me. I would like to challenge you to a battle of wits. And I have some lovely magic things if you can pass my tests.
This sounds excellent.
It's very considerate of him to lay it all out for us like that.
Sounds, I mean, you know, when wizards get old, sometimes they get a little weird. It's not unheard of, I suppose.
Would you like to play the game?
Felon, just before you begin, are you familiar with the concept of bait? Do you understand what that means?
It's when you put a smaller fish on the end of a hook to get a bigger fish.
I guess that's one use of the term. I meant more along the lines of presenting something that appeals to someone in order to get them to do something self-destructive.
Right, but, see the way I see it, best case scenario, he's telling the truth and we get some cool stuff. Worst case scenario, this is a trap and we should probably remove it anyway because it's dangerous.
There was a child about. We could just send it in.
Well, Fel looks back at Dwayne and then turns around and says, I accept your challenge, old man.
Great. Sounds good. I assume you'll say yes.
Okay.
It seems to kind of be going whether or not you said anything. It left an awkward pause for you guys to have your weird discussion, and then just kept going. And said, now, I don't know if you're here alone on a solo quest, or perhaps you have friends with you. Any one of you may answer the riddle, but be aware, once an answer is shouted, that is the answer that I will take. The first riddle is...
Dwell gets out paper and passes it around to write down suggestions.
Phil looks at him like, what, do you think I don't have paper?
Well, I think the implication was that we have to like authoritatively like state an answer, not just like if we're like muttering amongst ourselves. Not gonna be like, well, one of you said, "What do you think?" So that's your answer.
Let's hope not.
I hope not. I mean, we could ask for clarification, but I don't think these autoresponders are.
I make
Yeah, I
most
don't
plants
think
green and many people brown. What am I?
Most plants green, many people green. The sun. It's the sun.
That sounds fair.
The sun!
Is that your final answer?
Oh, there we go. Oh, excellent. Thanks, Regis. Yes.
Do we get a lifeline?
Very good. But that was an easy one that I started you with.
Really, I would have thought it was dirt. Usually all the peasants get...
Here's
brown.
your prize. And on the ground, just outside the door next to you, Felon, a small wooden box appears. A magic potion.
Oh, look at that. Is it actually a magic potion?
Yeah, you open it up, and inside of the box is a small vial with viscous red liquid in it. It reminds you of a
okay.
healing potion of sorts.
See? Dwayne? See?
Nothing suspicious here, no.
Now this
Anything
one
with
isn't
spots.
nearly as easy. He cuts you off. So are you ready? Okay. No legs have I to dance. No lungs have I to breathe. No life have I to live or die. And yet I do all three. Once again, this one's a tricky one. No legs have I to dance. No lungs have I to breathe. No life have I to live or die. And yet I do all three. What am I?
So what?
Is it... Wait, is it...
Dances, breathes, lives, and dies.
Could be the wind.
What I said.
Oh, we didn't hear you.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I think you might have been. Were you muted or
No.
just being quiet?
It also could be the sun again. The wind was my first thought. Briseus seems to agree. Might be our best chance, unless someone else can think of something better. No? Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Dwayne, do you have any opinions?
No, I like fire.
Oh shit, no, fire's real good though.
Is that your final answer?
Just because I speak well does not mean I shout.
Our fire is our final answer.
Ah ha ha! You're a clever one, aren't you?
Whew, good one, Dwayne. Nice save.
Thank you for indulging an old man. You have finally reached the end. Only one more riddle for you to gain access to my
No,
home.
What do you think the end means? The end means there's no more.
But first, let me tell you about the war.
Did we get a box for that one?
You did not get a box for that one, but
Oh, the heck.
Felon, you feel a familiar feeling of something appearing in your pocket.
God damn it. I reach in my pocket.
You have a wand of secrets in your pocket.
What?
Felon, you are way too excited about this riddle game.
What? This is the best thing that's ever happened, Dwayne. What are you talking about?
Looks like freshly bought too. There's like
You
even
start-
a little tag on it. It says wand of
You
secrets.
start playing a riddle game and suddenly there's a wand in your pocket. That's just...
Dwayne, please.
Hmm.
Keep your risque thoughts to yourself.
That's what I was asking you to do.
No, look, it's a real wand.
I'm not looking.
Answer this last riddle and receive access to my home. Answer incorrectly, and you will meet your doom.
Oh, whoa, the stakes have suddenly been raised.
Felon, again. Bait, Felon.
Are you ready? Pulled by a night pearl, I bow politely and slowly straighten up twice a day. What
hang on.
am
It
I?
just got hard. I didn't hear it.
Pulled by a night.
Pulled by a night pearl, I bow politely and slowly straighten up twice a day. What am I?
The tides, right?
Oh yeah, you're totally right. You're totally right.
Well
Felon
done,
yells.
Baxi.
That was good. The tide.
As you shout out the tide, you hear a big like splashing water wind thing going on behind the ruined tower in the pond, and out pops a water
Ardoon.
elemental.
Oh,
Out pops
the
a
name?
very kind of bulbous and friendly looking water elemental. It just
Well, now.
bubbles into existence and just kind of looks towards you guys and just hangs its head a little bit and gestures to go in, or gestures like, in a bow.
To go into the water or to go into the tower?
Whichever you really want to do. It just kind of was like,
I mean, he'd much
uninterested.
rather you go into the water because he's lonely.
He doesn't
Suppose.
terribly look happy. He looks bored or sad. You're not quite sure because elementals are pretty hard to read.
Okay, I'm going to go into the tower first.
So he doesn't get repelled by invisible force field.
He does not. He walks into the tower.
Yay!
Look back over my shoulder, Dwell. And you were worried.
See,
Hmm.
no problem.
So, just Felon so far is walking in?
Me too.
Okay, so anybody who's walking in, you as you step over the threshold, the ruined tower slowly kind of gets built up brick by brick all around you into a room with a great dome ceiling, and it's not the tower in its heyday, but it's definitely not the ruins that you just saw. It's a little overgrown, some cracks, but it looks fairly well kept. There's torches lighting the wall, creating a little bit of a warm feeling. You don't see any windows or anything. At the far other end of this circular room, you see a staircase, which looks kind of heading down, but is dark beyond the first couple steps that you can see. And on the wall to your left, you see a great picture in a big gold ornate frame. Below the big gold ornate frame is a plaque that says Thalantir's Tower, and this is kind of what you see in that painting.
Does the name Thalantir ring any bells?
History or Arcana, your choice.
I will choose Arcana.
I'll do a history. I doubt I would probably know it if it's something from this side of the pond, but learning anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud, even though, you're not from around here, you have heard of a great wizard's tower just outside of Baldur's Gate. You know that there's a tower somewhere. You don't recognize the name, but Felon, you definitely have read about this. You've read all about, lots of stuff, especially in this area, and especially great magics, great wizards, and you've heard of him. You've heard a tale of him being a recluse, basically. Clearly, this is a painting of, the tower as it was at its prime, which it is not now, nor was it when you happened upon it earlier.
Okay. Interesting.
Failing Cloud, as you explore in there, be mindful of any staves that you may come across. That was what I was warned may be a key to the power in the area.
No, that's a good thing, though, right? We want that.
Have a caution should you see one, at least count to 10 before you touch or lick or whatever it is that you do with those.
Do we see it? Do we just see it like a
The walls look especially lickable, but no, you don't see any metal or anything.
Now, is this? I don't know if you had mentioned from the outside or the inside, like how far up these ruins go, like how tall. Is it just is the only thing it's just under the ground floor? Because did you said the staircase went down, right?
Yeah, so the ruins outside weren't more than like 2 feet at most.
Okay, so it's just like a rubble wall. Okay.
But once you stepped in, it covered the everything built back up to about a 10 foot ceiling in a dome.
Okay. So some sort of an illusory.
And you don't see any other exits besides behind you, and in front of you is that staircase you saw.
And there's no like ledges or upper floors or anything we can see from where we're at?
No, nothing else you can see. You see the big picture with the drapes and all the torches, and then just that ominous staircase.
Okay.
We should probably get the others before we go down that staircase, right?
I mean, I suppose Dwayle's going to complain no matter what we do, but...
Right. Hey guys, there's a staircase in here. You should come in here and check it out with us.
Just one moment. You there, the watery person. I'm having some trouble telling what your expression is. You look to be crying or perhaps just wet. Something troubling you?
He's not, like, once he does his bow, he just kind of keeps his head hanging, and once you address him, he looks up, and he looks kind of confused, and puts a big watery bulby hand towards what would be his chest and go, as if to say, me?
Yes, you and the creature made of water. Are you in distress in some way?
Almost like an excited dolphin, he flips back into the middle of the pond and does a big loop and comes back out to face you brightly and like waves his hands over his head and beats his chest with both of his little knobby arms and then points at his face and just drags the finger down.
Ah.
You can see that he's clearly trying to communicate with you, but there seems to be like a barrier, like he's not a thing and you're a thing.
Perseus, I think this is more to your skill set. It seems to have emotions.
If anybody wants to try and understand what this guy tries to communicate to you guys, you can roll an insight.
Stuck. Are you stuck?
Sorry.
Insight.
Insight would be at disadvantage unless you speak. It's bubbly water language, elemental.
No, she speaks Celestial. That's it.
So with a 16, that's not bad. You can tell. Dwayne, you're just glad that you didn't get wet by that, and you're just like, okay, so it knows I'm speaking to it. Briseus, with a 16, you can tell that it's excited that it's got your attention, and it's definitely trying to tell you something about itself. You think that where it was pointing is roundabouts where it would have, eye sockets. So when it was dragging its finger down its face, you kind of get the impression of trying to symbolize tears.
Something hurting you?
It looks up and kind of looks at the sky for a second, and then it looks at you and shakes its head and splatters water all over the place and looks down for a second and just kind of starts, like if a dolphin gets on its back flipper and kind of scoots back as if it's trying to leave, and comes back up to you and looks at you like, get it? It
Something about rain?
you get the impression that
Maybe?
it's trying to like symbolize walking, or it kind of starts walking towards you a little bit, but you see that it's almost got a force field around it, or it can't go a normal distance what you know these water elementals to be able to go. It gets about 10 feet on land, and then slowly its tail starts getting pulled back.
You're trapped in the pond? Can it understand her? Does it, like...
It seems to be picking up what you're laying down. It like, as you're saying you're trapped in the lake, it fervently nods at you. And then it drops its head into its little bulby water hands and, shakes its shoulders as if it's crying.
She's gonna look back over at Dwell. She'll be like, it's been trapped here.
Well, either there's a reason for that or there isn't. I
Correct.
suppose.
That's generally how
Wow.
things work.
Correct.
That is a blistering
I suppose-
insight.
I suppose if we wish to take some time, I do have a effect that could give us some means to understand it. Bubbly creature thing. We plan on investigating the tower first. We'll be back out in some time. Is there any danger within the tower? Up and down for yes, side to side for no.
It, hearing you address it too, it turns towards you, and it gets these big, doughy eyes. It, like, grows these eyes and looks at you, like, super sad. And then it looks down at the dirt on the ground just outside the pond, and it slowly makes the markings, spelling out Coral in, common. And then at your question about, is there danger inside, all up and down, it just shrugs its shoulders.
Well,
Did the person who made the tower, or this, trap you here?
It nods.
For how long?
He takes his arm and just kind of keeps winding it in a big circle and starts splashing big water, like, out of the pond, and it just keeps going in a circle. It makes it puts its two hands together and gestures them towards Briseus and then towards Dwale, and then points at the ground, and then just keeps doing this movement over and over again, as if, like, praying towards you guys, and then pointing at the ground.
yes, we'll deal with you in a little bit. Do you happen to know what happened to that child? Bubbly thing. Simplify. Briseis, how do you communicate interest in the well-being of another?
You just ask questions like a normal person?
The little child that ran off in the woods.
As you're trying to mime
Coral, do you know
child,
where it is?
can you roll performance?
On this episode of The Trade Curse, Doyle tries to learn what it means to be human.
From a water elemental.
Performance.
Okay, so you're trying to you're trying to mime little child, and it's trying to kind of mimic what you're doing, which is like kneeling down, and so it kind of kneels down too, and it puts its hand up to its chin and then up to its head and scratches. and then kind of points over past you guys. Because all you still see is the ruins, so it points past through the ruins to the dead body up.
Yes, like the dead one, but still moving.
It throws up its arms and shrugs.
Ah. Well, you've waited long enough. You can wait another few minutes.
It almost seems to smile at you because it has no idea what that means.
Ah. Where'd the walls come from?
So, Dwayne, as you cross the ruins, you enter into a seemingly made-up tower room with Cloud and Felon. You see all the things that I said before. Bryceus Coral is just staring at you like, and then spraying water a little bit in excitement, just off of all of its body.
Phelan, there's an excitable water monster for you to taste outside for later.
Can she see them in the tower?
You know that
Or
they...
did they kind of like...
Yeah, they disappeared as far as you can tell. They went towards the entrance, you saw them head towards there, but as soon as they crossed the threshold, you see just right through
But we
the
did
tower.
hear their voices coming from inside.
You hear their voices coming from somewhere.
Okay. So she knows they're there. Kind of just wants to chill with the... She feels bad and doesn't want to leave it alone again, all alone. And she's hoping she'll hear screams if something horrible happens.
I mean,
She's hoping she'll hear screams. That was nice.
generally that's how
If
that
something
works.
goes-
If something goes wrong, you generally hear screams.
Seeing you kind of settle down or, look like you're not walking away immediately like Dwayne did, it does that backflip dive thing and then comes out with a ball of snow and kind of tosses it towards the grass at you, and it melts at your feet.
She would clap if she could, but she'll bang on her shield and smile.
It does a few laps and then comes back and just kind of stares at you.
She'll reach out to see if she could touch him. Or like hold her hand out to see what he'll do.
You hold your hand out and it nudges itself all over you, gets your whole arm wet.
He's cute.
All right, so the three of you are now inside, and Bryceus, you're chilling outside.
Yeah, for now.
Looks like the only way to go is down, right?
I suppose.
Also, did you find anything out with the water elemental?
It doesn't want to be trapped in the pond. Very few of them do.
I can't say I blame it. Maybe we'll find an answer in here.
That would be useful.
And Fallon will start down the spooky stairs. Can he see through the darkness with his dark vision, or is it just totally black?
It
And
is totally black, and the doorway is very narrow, so it's only one per... it's like 5 feet wide, so tell me what order, who's going first, second, third, please.
If this is a staircase of annihilation, I want to be very upset.
Naturally.
Fallon's just going to wander in, saying, I bet this teleports us somewhere.
I'll follow up, I guess, since I was already in here with him.
All right, so
Felon.
it's
In
Felon.
10 minutes, we could know what it does. Oh.
Yeah, but in 6 seconds, we could find out for sure.
Dear.
He's already gone. You're speaking to an empty room, it seems,
Yep.
Dwayne. You feel like this has happened more than once.
Yeah, like Doyle looks over his shoulder to see if Briseis is coming, turns around, then he's the only one there. Both people have already headed down the stairs.
All right.
Briseis, we're proceeding. They may already be dead.
Kind of looks at the water and then looks at the tower. Then she'll be like, I'll be right back, okay? I promise we'll come back.
It kind of looks at you and is excited and just nods until it sees you like getting up to go away and just kind of looks frantic.
We're not leaving you here. We'll come back. We have to find out how to free you.
It starts pointing at the ground and trying to walk with you as you leave. All you hear is splashing as you're walking away. Lots of splashing.
This
He
hurts
cries
her heart.
Bald Sile's tears.
All right, so Bryce, as you're joining them, you said?
Yeah, she's gonna kind of run because that's like breaking her heart, but she doesn't want them to like die either.
As right before you walk over the threshold, you see the head of Coral peeking up over the ruins, trying to see where you went. And as you walk in the room, you see what everybody else has seen. The tower starts building itself around you into a dome shape, and a very obvious, ominous staircase ahead.
And she kind of like stops when she just walks in, just kind of like looks around as everything's building. She's like, okay.
Oh, and for safety's sake, because I feel like this is probably not going to have a chance during the time, just before we head down the stairs, I take a moment and kind of focus my my energies, and I'm going to kick Wholeness of Body in, so I can regain some hit points. So 3 times my monk levels, that's 18 hit points, which puts me at 30, puts me 1 point below my extended maximum. So.
Alrighty. So you...
And
Go
Dwell
ahead.
looks a little miserable as he heads over to the door because now he has to carry the shield and the great axe, and he just has it all sort of strapped on. He's like, "Ugh, you carry the heaviest things about. Why?" And he walks through the door.
So the order, if I'm correct, is Felon, Cloud, Dwale, Bryceus?
Seems that way.
Sorry. 1 second.
No problemo.
Alright, and as we switch maps, you guys, so you head down the staircase. It's dark. None of you can see anything. You generally sense through smell and uncomfortable touching, tails, grabbing, whatever, that you guys are still in line with each other. Felon, you are the first to bump your head. It seems that the further down you go, the shorter the ceiling is becoming, almost like a tunnel. And it gets to the point where you kind of have to duck. As you start to duck, you see a faint light towards what the end of the tunnel would be. And as you're heading towards it, you have to keep ducking. Think like that Willy Wonka room where they head in there and just keep cramming people in there. You get to a door, and you see that the faint light was coming through a keyhole. You are now almost doubled over because you're crouching so much, and you're in front of what feels like a wooden door with a keyhole with light coming through it. Would you like to open said door, sir?
Absolutely. Are you kidding?
All right, you do that. You head through the door. All right, so ducking down, you duck through and lift your head up, and you now have a ceiling that's easily 30 feet, you're guessing. There is light pouring in from the far corner through what looks like a hole in the rock stone face. you're in a big room, and we are working on getting the handout shortly. You're in a large room with vines and, flowers and things like that crawling all over, very ornate-looking statues and columns and tunnels and doorways that all have, big wooden doors in front of it. In front of you, directly in front of you, is a passageway and a staircase going up. And you guys appear on the... right there.
Interesting.
You see the sunlight peeking in, or what you assume is sunlight. The ceiling is so tall, you kind of actually think you see birds flying across. Very Indiana Jones-like.
And what are these gentlemen? What's their deal?
Straight ahead of you, past the stairs going up, you see the start of a carpet, and beyond that, you see the top half of what look to be suits of armor.
Okay.
In between large columns.
Very interesting.
This room, I should mention, is much larger than the room that you came from what the ruins look like outside, any of the above. It looks not like you're in the same place.
Clearly. Okay.
Well,
So clearly there's something magical going on here, obviously. But I wonder what the purpose is.
The blue ring is nothing, by the way. It's just decoration. Different
Okay.
colored.
Well, Trask's gonna start walking around. I mean, he has no reason to not walk around. He wanted to show us his home. Let's look at his home.
Yeah, so you start walking all around, and it just it seems cavernous to you. It's huge. The ceilings are so tall, you definitely see those birds, affecting the sunlight and things like that. You as you're walking through, you see the stairs lead up to almost like a pedestal, and then as you get in closer, you see them go around the corner to another slight incline. Not a staircase, but a few steps.
Okay.
you said he was a recluse.
That's what I remember. I mean, he was also a great mage, so this isn't exactly outside of his capabilities.
No, within his capabilities, certainly, but for a recluse, this is rather grandiose,
Maybe this was his hobby.
I suppose.
Phone's going to examine this suit of armor.
It looks like a period suit of armor as you get closer to it. It's not so much what you're used to seeing, like a long sword, as much as a thinner blade, like a katana, almost. The helmets are a little more sleek. It looks like a fancy set of armor. It looks surprisingly well kept, also. Everything around here has kind of been grown over, and it looks like it's been kind of untouched for a while. These are surprisingly cleaned.
Interesting. Well, don't see anything in here. So, I was gonna step there.
And what did you say this mage's name was?
Oh, began with a TH.
Thalantir.
Thalantir. Wait a minute. Wait, I did. Let me double check something before I say wait. Okay. Felon, I'm going to say, we've got this. We might as well use it, and this seems kind of weird. Felon is going to pull out the Wand of Secrets and point it around in sort of this area here. Is there anything secret there?
You see nothing. The wand reveals nothing to you.
All right. Well, never mind then.
Oh, are we re-equipping people? I do. This shield is annoying to carry. Briseis, would you like me to, I don't know, attach it to yours, perhaps? Can you use 2 shields? Seems like that would help.
No, but we could attach it to the attachment.
Right.
If you ever paid attention, she kind of moves her arm, and there, like behind the shield, is kind of like a wooden, like a very vaguely shaped, like wooden arm prosthetic that the shield is actually like strapped to.
Huh.
Like it doesn't have a hand, but there's kind of like the wood kind of like curves back on itself to hook onto the end of the shield.
Interesting. So this strap goes here, and then that one like this, and this seems inefficient. We should get you another arm.
It works just fine.
I'm sure. Never mind. Never mind. Fellow was going to say something and then decides against it.
That's the first time that's been said.
Yeah. And Fellow's just going to keep going up this ramp.
Can you roll me a dex save, please?
Oh, there it is. I knew a thing was going to happen eventually. 9.
So with a 9, you go to put your foot on the 4th step, and it kind of starts to crumble beneath you. You lose your footing, and you start tumbling back, knocking your friends over almost as if bowling pins. And there's a big hole on the 4th step now.
Ow.
And because the old stones are a little jagged, can you roll 1d6 damage, please? Tumbling down those steps.
Could I not roll a 5?
You could, but didn't. Dwayne with that shield probably hurt you a little more than the stairs did, I guess.
Ow. That hurt.
Well, I wasn't
Are you
expecting you
okay?
to jump on the axe.
I am okay. I suppose it hurt a little bit, but what's a few cuts between friends, right?
How deep is that hole?
I don't know.
Well, someone like leans up and tries to look. Did they just crumble, or is there a hole down there?
Looking at the hole, it just looks like it crumbled. It doesn't look like there was any sort of trap set. It just, everything around it seems to have worn down, and this just couldn't take anymore.
Alright, so I guess be careful. Place is not as well put together as one might be led to believe. Fallon steps around it carefully. Hello, armor man.
Very carefully picking my way up the stairs past.
Oh god, lots of armor men.
They these guys look just like the others. Same kind of dress, same kind of strangely clean. You're getting a little creeped out. They kind of look like they're turning their heads slightly towards you, but it might just be something that you see out the corner of your eye. Like one of those paintings that seems to follow you.
Fallon gives him a look.
They make me nervous.
Yeah. Here, do you
Is
wanna...
anybody getting up close to him or anything?
Fallon's not yet. why don't we pop a squat for a little bit?
Valen, Briseis, do either of you have the ability to detect magic all around you?
I do. Give me a second. Or by a second, I mean 10 minutes. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to cast Detect Magic as a ritual. Bloop. Bloop.
If we're going to be taking a minute to do that, can we just take another couple of minutes if we need to check anything out so I could do a quick meditate-a-roo to get some key points back? Only takes 30 minutes.
But this does seem like a comfortable corner.
Yeah,
Well, we're gonna do that. We might as well just go out into the big area and take a short rest.
Oh. Didn't really need a whole short rest, but that's fair. I don't know. You don't have to. It's fine.
I think
Well,
he's
no, I'm
still
just
here.
saying. I don't think short rest is necessarily a bad idea.
Okay,
given
well,
that
yeah, no,
many
if you
of us
wanna
are
do-
pretty hurt.
Well, I guess if you, because even if you don't have spell slots, I guess you probably still have hit dice you could spend.
Yeah, I'm pretty hurt. Yeah, why don't we go back into the circle and just hang out in the circle for a little bit? Seemed nice in there, right?
You mean back in this main area, or you mean upstairs?
I mean, like over here.
Okay, sure. Boop.
And,
Okay, so you guys
I
are
could switch the shield over if
taking a short rest.
Dwayne is whining enough
Yeah.
about it.
Indeed, we are.
This one's much more stylish. Look at the eye.
Creepy though.
Okay, so you guys are backing down the stairs towards the middle of the room, being stared down by all the suits of armor for a little napsy poo.
Well, I don't know about nap,
Like lunch, late dinner.
Yeah, we're taking a
early
lunch.
dinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taking a break. Taking a breather.
Gotta look up what that shield does again. I think it's
All right, can you all roll a d20, please?
a random d20.
Yes.
Each of us?
Yes, please.
Uh-oh.
Well, clearly we were
don't-
supposed to be rolling low, right?
Yeah, we don't know what we want to be rolling.
Well, we got them all over the board, so...
All right, I think here we're going to pause for our break.
While you prepare how to screw us.
Alrighty.
Oh, boy.
Well, there are things to work out.
It seems there might be.
To be continued.
Dun 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 dun.
So you guys are wrapping up. Everybody's rolled their blah da da da.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have anything to roll. I was literally 1 hit point down. It's not worth blowing a hit die for. Flash forward 10 minutes from now, and I die by like 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm.
As Dwayne is sitting there, he will be studying a shiny pearl, attuning with it.
Ah, pearl of power for Dwayne.
Pearl of power for Dwayne. Look, I was generous with the shield, and I'm willing to give the great axe to someone.
Yes, as you all fight over the great axe.
Yeah, nothing in that batch of stuff was really to my to my shtick.
Advantage on initiative.
Could take the bag and throw animals at people.
Actually, at the end of the
Shield
short
has
rest,
the same like as a normal shield, right? Armor. My
Yes.
my AC doesn't change, right, with the new shield.
That is correct.
but I think
But you-
advantage on initiative, right?
Yes.
You get that snazzy looking eye.
And the eye.
She doesn't really like the eye.
Maybe the eye doesn't like you either.
Let me
But
just
I can't
let me,
tell.
let me just let me just hang. Let me just upholster the front of the shield to cover that up. It's fine.
Do a little makeup with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Highlight the cheekbones.
She just started branching out into dresses. I don't know if Bryceus is ready to put makeup on her shield yet, but maybe I'm wrong. All right,
A lot of ways
so
this could go.
you guys rested for a bit. You got a few things back. You feel pretty good.
All right. Then Felon's going to cast Detect Magic. Walk over here and look these guys straight in the eye from 10 feet away.
What could go wrong?
You're
Be
just
like-
you're staring at them. You said.
Just
Well, I mean, with Detect Magic to see if they're magical.
just giving him the stink eye.
Yeah, you get magic emanating from all around you. Every suit of armor, the strangely red woven carpet below you, everything but the floor that you're walking on and the walls, basically, is emanating some level of magic.
Okay, so no one is surprised by this, but everything is magical.
What sort of magic?
Yeah, can I tell the schools of magic for the various... Really, I'm most concerned about the armor, although it would be nice to know the carpet, too.
Well, if you identify the armor, I'll identify the carpet.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Just another 10 minutes, another 10 minutes.
You are getting a mixture on both the carpet and the armor.
Okay.
It's a combination of conjuration and transmutation.
I don't like either of those. Alright. Keep an eye on the suits of armor. They might be more than they appear.
They seem to be keeping an eye on you as well.
Yeah.
You know how you get that creepy sense in the back of your neck when you're being watched? That's what you kind of feel right now as you walk by them. So what are you guys doing now?
I guess continuing back up, or
Yeah. Still looking around to see if he notices any unusual magical auras, stepping over the bad step.
As you step over the bad step and come up the stairs, same kind of stuff. Same kind of magic from both things.
Alright. I'm keeping a little ways away from... Oh, the suit's armor. Wait, is this guy blocking the way?
Dwell sort of looks towards the suits. I don't suppose you were designed to salute when nobility passes. No.
Are you saying that to the suit of armor?
Yep.
You get a very dead, cold, nothing response from it.
Ah. Well, I suppose he was a recluse.
Everybody else walks away from you having your conversation with the suit of armor. Felon and Bryceus, you guys are the first to come around the corner. Doing so, you can see the end of the tunnels open up into a bigger room, and straight ahead of you, you see what looks to be the legs or partial body of a fairly well decomposed corpse of sorts, with long flowing robes over it.
And this guy's blocking this doorway, right?
Yes. Yep, he's standing in the 5-foot path.
Okay, I'm gonna investigate this dead person first, though.
Okay, as you come in, you still have detect magic on, so the room opens up, and you see a little bit more to your right. As you walk in, you see 2 more sets of armor on either side of a large rectangular glass case. You get a faint evocation magic coming from the case, and the same kind of combination from the rug and the armor. And in the far left-hand side is a very large, differently armored suit of armor. It has less armor than these suits of armor, but it has just what looks to be like red paint in between it or something. And it has what seems to be a painted on angry face on the front of it. And it is all by itself towards the end of the room. And of course, the rotting corpse just to the step below the glass case.
Don't touch the case.
Do you suppose he made himself a glass coffin and failed to die inside it? That's almost
No.
tragic.
I don't think that is the case.
You're also getting a faint aura of magic around the steps. So, right basically where Dwayne is heading is right where it starts. You're getting abjuration off of that.
I'm gonna reach out just one finger and sort of try to poke towards the aura, expecting to be stopped by a similar force field as was at the door.
And if everybody can roll initiative.
God damn it!
As I bring up the turn track.
Is somebody keeping track of the times where Felon starts initiative?
Hold on. All right, I will add you guys as 22 and 19. He's laughing, but is he the only one that thinks it's funny? I mean, in character.
Oh no, it'll be Felon.
But the slow-mo finger poking is the best.
I thought for sure it was just a force field.
Yeah, the dead corpse gave nothing away.
Maybe he was trying to get to something on the other side. He couldn't because of the force field.
So, Felon, as you wiggle your finger towards the aura, and Dwayne, you look like you're about to go, no, don't. You guys see Felon's finger cross over that bright yellow barrier that's emanating from his detect magic, and here, behind you, next to you, on either side, as well as behind you, you hear metal. Creaking, clanking, screeching, and scraping. And it sounds like you guys have angered something, as the 2 suits of armor next to you slowly start moving their joints and pulling their arms down that were holding up their swords, start to extend towards you, and at the same time all snap their heads towards Felon. And Felon, if you look to your or behind you, to your left, I guess, that one singular red painted one also starts to move, but it seems as though it grew a little bit. The painted face that you saw before slowly transforms into a almost demon-like face. You're guessing.
Hmm.
Can you give me a history roll?
Sure. I'd love to. And I guess I did. 9.
Yeah, it's definitely one of them satyr things that you saw with the hoofs, but you don't see any hoofs. So you're you sound like you want to know what you're talking about, but you really have no idea. It doesn't look friendly though, and it also snaps its head in your direction.
Okay, and Rob, could you roll me a d8, please?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay.
Please don't let that mean 6 more sounds of metal.
5 and more sounds of metal.
Ah!
Well, all you hear is like a metal scrape and clank, and then like a soft, scratchy sound, and then metal clank, and then a soft, scratchy sound.
Oh, guys, that's a lot of armor, so.
Yeah. That was, what is there 8 of on the board? Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good thing we took that rest.
Okay, so, Cloud, you do hear, with your exceptional hearing,
Oh, clearly.
creak, creak, coming from in front of you, behind you, to your left, to your right.
All right. Well, knowing that, not knowing how fast these things could possibly move. Oh god, this is just a bad situation all around. So upon him touching that, touching out towards there, it didn't there wasn't any sort of a visible field, nothing threw him back or stopped his finger from poking.
Nope, you saw it go straight up to the little force field, wiggle around in it, and as soon as he did that, noises started coming, and I would imagine Felon would draw his finger back.
All right, fair enough. Well, that's good that he's not, he didn't disintegrate a finger or something.
Well, you got 10 of them.
Well, that's true, but the idea is you want to hold on to as many of them as possible. So have the ones that are in the room with us, have they begun to move?
You just see them kind of creaking to life. You haven't seen them move from their spot other than, moving limbs.
Okay. Yeah, at this point he kind of just goes into a defensive stance and is just looking all around, and I'm gonna hold an action until one of them in the room starts to move. And if any of them starts moving towards us in any way, I'll pounce it and attack.
All right. Felon, now that you have you've touched the thing.
Did touch the thing. Alright. So, Felon's gonna... Seeing this one looks scarier than the others. So, Felon wants to make...
because of that red face that's...
It's the red face. It's really... I don't want to be racist, but the red face is really...
Wow.
So, we're gonna spiritual weapon him. I don't suppose an 8 hits.
No, notice your 1.
Yeah, but we don't need to talk about that part. Let's just focus on the 8 bit. And then I guess I will also Sacred Flame him. Ooh, 12 damage. He's definitely going to save then. Yeah, called it. Alright, that is my turn. I'm sticking to it.
Cloud, you do see that that bottom armor has fully started to move. Obviously, it kind of has to avoid, well, maybe not Felon's spiritual weapon, but definitely his Sacred Flame.
All right.
So I don't know if that triggers you or not. I didn't know if you meant hostile intent.
I meant more hostile intent.
Okay. him. We'll go ahead. This guy is too big. There we go. This guy will be taking an aggressive action.
All right. I think that would
at
count as hostile
Briseis.
intent.
Yeah.
All right. If I see that, if he's coming in preparing his sword to swing, I will dive up through the gap between the two of them next to her. And I only get one attack with a hold, right?
Attack action.
Yeah. Oh, attack. Okay, so it's an attack action, then I get my normals then. So, whoppity-whop. I'll
Good whop.
hope that's a hit. For 13.
If it crits, it hits.
Is it still up?
Yes.
All right. And 15?
So a 15 will not do it.
All right. I just get the attack. I just get the action, so I don't get my bonus action too, right?
That is correct.
Okay, that's good though. I mean, now that I know these things are moving, is there any sort of door or anything off to the left over here that we can't see off the screen?
That is not a door. That is a wall.
So there's a door, but there's doors down here to the south, behind the one that looks different.
Yeah, they're just squarish columns.
Oh, columns. Okay. All right. So there's no other exits from this room then, or
No,
doesn't seem to be nothing visible.
there
okay,
are no
good.
doors. or
So
open
all right. Yeah.
windows.
So knowing if these things are going, this is our bottleneck to hold them here. If we can take care of these ones that are in the room first.
And he is trying to lay into Briseis.
Nope.
It looks like Cloud's interruption kind of jacked him up a little bit. Dwayne.
We need to get in a corner. No, there's no corners. Dwayne will cast a flaming sphere, putting it on the opposite side. Over here. Whoop, click. And then ram into that fellow, so that it should stay somewhere in that area.
I'm trying to remember where I had the flaming sphere effect. I think that was
It was a
built
pretty
in.
round fire circle.
I think
It was
it's
back
the
in town.
effects. Yeah, that's actually a good point. There we go. Okay, so
Okay.
where is that? Is that going?
So that's going to go here and then ram into this fellow. And then it'll end up staying there.
Okay.
He'll take his 7, and then Dwayne will hug the wall next to Briseis and try and stay out of view.
I'm just going to delete him because the X is going to get messy.
Did that get rid of him?
I did.
Do you think we can make it to that room and bottleneck them there? That way there's only one entrance. He asks everyone else.
Should try.
I'm making a break for it.
Dwayne, as you get to the
Oh, no.
square with your flaming circle,
Mm-hmm.
you make a perception check for me.
I can make a perception check. I'm really good at these. Yeah, I killed it.
Yeah, you definitely killed it. As you take one more step onto that square, that looks like the small piece of rug on this corner comes to life.
I have never hated upholstery more. It is my turn, so I don't have reaction, so that's a hit.
You can react on your turn.
I can react on my turn. If I can react on my turn, that's a 17. Can't do anything about it. Still get a hit.
So I was considering just having it on top there. I'm going, but
I mean, it is a good look.
Yeah, you guys will have to decide if you like the new and improved Dwale. It's quieter.
really, it doesn't. Okay.
So what does a rugged
so
smothering actually do?
So it is a restrained. I'm sorry, I pulled it from the compendium, and it really did not give the right information.
Do you need stats?
So it grapples you.
Okay.
While you're grappled, you're restrained, blinded, and at risk of suffocating.
Okay. Do I get to resist with my thing, or is it just the attack grapples?
It's attack roll to auto grapple.
Okay. So I am grappled.
Yeah. And yeah, that's your movement, bonus action. Action?
The spell is an action.
Okay.
And
Then
if I kill the thing, the ball would be there.
okay. And then just to be clear, and I will move this part of the rug off, and that part off. This is the square that is currently remaining of the rugs is the rug that is wrapping itself around Dwale right now.
Fair enough. So just that one section.
Yes, just that one section. The rest of the floor is carpeted rather tastefully, but is not wrapping itself around Dwale.
So is he rolled up like a burrito?
I imagine at this point he's not hit yet burrito status. It might just be around his head.
Like, can she, like, run over, grab it, and just try to yank it off of him?
So, yes, it would be a opposed athletics check, and it would be, if you had the attack action, it'd be one attack. Otherwise, it will be your action.
Well, she'll try to free him from the thing, so he doesn't suffocate.
Yeah, Perseus.
All right. You, as you maybe smack it a little with your shield and pull at it with your other free hand, you start to see Dwale's face appear. It looks like it's not wrapping around him anymore.
Are you okay?
That was worse than the entangle. So moldy.
Section. I think that's it for now.
Block the hall.
We were trying to before you ran off.
Okay, that would be ending the turn next to a ball of fire. Just want to make sure that's your intent.
Or I'm not considered to be next to it, am I?
Only
you're
on
not
the
in-
end of your turn.
Oh, well,
You get the opportunity to move before it burns you.
oh, okay.
Briseis, you do see more of these armors. Stupid rugs. Come to life, and they're actually reasonable size. Maybe encouraged by the rug, or in spite of it, or neither. It tries to make 2 attacks at you.
The 18 hits.
All right. And it seems to try to use its sword, but it feels like it's just kind of throwing its body up against you as opposed to properly attacking you with a sword. You see another one appear at the bottom of the stairs. Seven. One closes the gap and comes in on behind you.
Oh, fun.
17 and 19.
Those are both hits. So, 13.
All right, and Felon, this one closes in on you. It seems particularly angry that you made it wake up today. Assuming a 10 and an 8 is a no-go.
Yeah, no.
But
Not
it
gonna
is
happen.
just what looks to be just a distraction. As this being in the bottom of the room, or the south of the room, fully comes to life, glowing red, and makes 2 attacks at you.
No.
Uh,
Oh, neither.
It seems mildly displeased, which is a lot more than you can say for any of the other beings that you've seen so far. This one closes in. Briseis, 2 more slams. You get the feeling that these suits of armor in particular aren't thinking about what they're going to do next. They're just thinking about who to hit next. So it looks like they really don't care as much. And they start just filling the next room. You also start to hear some clanks on the sound of the stairs. They're not quite cresting the top. It sounds like there's a decent amount of metal clunking on the staircase itself. And the last one closes in.
Oh, good lord.
This one attacks Dwayne.
Ow!
All right. So a 21 probably still hits, but does a 14?
Yeah.
Oh.
Many hurts.
All right. As Briseus tries to valiantly ward off attacks on Dwale, Cloud, you see that they're in the hallway
Yeah.
and taking a little bit of a beating. Also, there's a giant ball of fire next to you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to take this?
All right. Did Briseus get Dwayne unentangled from the rug, or is he still caught up in it?
Oh, she got him.
I am
Okay.
unentangled.
Okay. Oh Lord, because on the one hand, Felon's getting ganged up on, and there's one on me here, but then you guys are getting encircled over there, and there's more coming on that side. All right. Well, first things first. There's the one that's on top of me. So I'm going to wheel on that one with quarterstaff attack. It's an 18 hit.
18 is good.
18's good. Okay. So 7 points of damage for the first attack. The 8 is probably not going to hit.
No.
Well, I don't need to. I mean, it would be good to take this guy down, but I also I know Dwayne is squishy. So because I have mobile, if I attack somebody on the turn, I don't provoke opportunity attacks from the rest of the turn, whether I hit them or not, so I can disengage from this guy without getting an opportunity. I also need to get away from this fireball. So I throw a look back over my shoulder at Felon to make sure he's still upright, and I'll give a shout for him to hang in there. We'll be right back, and I'm going to dart past the fireball, jump over Dwayne into the gap over here, and with a bonus action, I'm going to spend a key point for patient defense.
All right. As you... Oh, dang it.
What?
I forgot it. My rug. So you jump over, do some fairly typical cloud acrobatics, I'd say. They look amazing, but you're jumping through a ring of fire on top of a smothering rug.
Yeah,
just like a standard Tuesday.
Basic stuff.
Felon, you see Cloud look at you and go like, "You're good, right?" And then go jump into the hallway.
Let's hope. All right. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to bring the spiritual weapon up to smack this guy.
All right.
It'll roll better than an 8. That's better than an 8. Hopefully a 24 hits.
24 does hit.
Okay. 12 damage. And then there's some boys in here, aren't there? Okay. Let's... I don't want to take that
So
gambit.
Also, just to let you know,
Uh-huh.
you do hit this being with the force hammer.
Mhm.
You think that blow would strike true, and your hammer just goes right through.
Oh.
It doesn't seem to affect the being at all.
Doesn't affect him at all, huh? Interesting. Do I? Now, would Felon know if that is maybe is that something that this like an ability that this creature has, or is there something else going on here? Or does Felon not really have any idea? I can still see magical auras.
Can you roll Arcana?
Sure, I'd love to. I got a 1. So,
You see, a different shade of red glowing around him, and you're like, "Oh, why doesn't it work? This has worked every other time." He must be special.
Okay. So then I'm gonna try a thing. Paul's got into this mess by experimenting. He's gonna get out of it by experimenting. He's gonna move around like this, sort of deliberately provoking an attack from the southern gentleman. Okay, that hits perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping would happen.
From the southern gentleman.
The southern gentleman, yes.
Perhaps I need to show the handout again.
He's got a big straw boater hat on
but
and a mint julep.
The pursuit of knowledge is important, Sin. So that hurts. Does that hurt me real bad?
I mean, it's a 21, and it does 9.
Okay, but it's actual damage that physically hurts me.
It is legitimate damage as opposed to illegitimate damage.
Okay.
You know where this damage came from.
Ow. Okay, well, there goes that theory. Felon yells back, "We might have a bit of a problem!" And then he's going to... Do I try to put up Spirit Guardians and hope my concentration? Yeah, I'm gonna... Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna continue on. Can I be in this square? Is that possible?
I'm sorry, where?
Just to the right of me where the glass case was. Can I be in these 2 squares? Or no?
You want to step on the glass?
Is that possible, or is it like raised up and it would be bad?
It's relatively thin, about a foot thick, and you can get on there if you'd like.
No, okay, I'll go to here, and then I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians. So, 15 feet around me. There. When they start their turns, they're going to have to do that.
Okay. So, with a complete failure to deliver damage, obviously the solution is to get hit and then put yourself in the middle of things.
I'm slightly less in the middle of things than I was before, to be fair.
Dwayne, you see Felon deliberately walk away from an angry red being and make it hit him.
And then say, "Oh, interesting," as blood pours out of him.
Felon, whatever. And he'll throw a fireball up north. So centered right about there. Should get those guys, not that one, but those guys up there.
Okay. Re-arrow that bad boy.
Sure. Centering right there, I think. Yes. We'll get those. Not him, but it should get those. I'm actually not even sure how far that... And you know what? Hopefully they'll burn the fuck out of that rug. And... Fireball number 1.
Jeez. Okay. Top 2, then bottom 2, left to right.
So that's a fail on everybody. Unless they have advantage for some reason.
So as your fireball engulfs that very particular spot that you targeted it at, it blows out both down the stairs and towards Briseis, just giving her a nice little heat wave. Maybe taking some of the stained blood off of her armor. But all 4 of the sets of armor, 2 of which you can see, 2 of which you hear, fall down the stairs in what sounds like a jumbled mess, given that you see the other 2 in front of you just fall apart.
Excellent. Now you just have to deal with that one in front of us. And here, now we'll go over. Ball of fire goes to there and then slams into that fellow.
All right.
This is going to hurt. I think he passed it.
Yeah, it meets, it beats.
So only 4 to him. Dwell look down at the rug underneath everybody's feet. Does it look like it's still trying to wrap somebody up?
It still looks animated. It looks like lots of people are stepping on it right now, but it's still trying to twitch and move.
So he just sort of spreads his feet and tries to hold down the ends of the carpet, and that's it for him.
All right. Briseis.
She's going to quickly shield of faith on Dwayne because he's squishy, and then take her longsword and smack at the armor guy. Maybe, hopefully.
Ooh, nice smack.
It's a good smack.
It's very smacky.
And she'll stay where she is.
All right. Yeah, it seems like your sword, just like everything else, cuts through armor like butter. Zombies like butter. Where are we? We are here. This is probably going to hurt a lot.
Get him, Phelan.
That meets, unfortunately.
Okay.
Jerk. So you still take sap damage. What am I doing?
How dare you take less damage?
Eat it. 6.
All right. He's not excited about that at all.
You're not excited about it,
And
why?
he attacks the closest thing in the room.
Oh, god damn. Yeah, that'll just barely hit.
So 7.
Alright, let's make that con save. I'm real good at those. Exactly on the money.
I imagine that's exactly how Felon laughs as a giant pile of armor slams into him, and then he just laughs about it.
Mm-hmm. Not today. If it had failed that save, it would be dead. Dang it.
So the one on the left also starts throwing its body at you.
Wait, holy damage.
Yeah, I would technically take the damage first, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Just in case this...
Oh.
Aha! There you go. Now it's going to roll... Oh, 15? Is 15 enough to kill it? Alright, so con save. 13. Alright, that's enough. So 7 more damage. I'm fine.
Jeez Louise.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay,
Oh,
7
boy.
more?
Oh,
Yep. Ouch.
Hey, I'm sorry, dude. They're rolling all over 15. There's nothing I can do for you.
I like that Felon just keeps shouting, I'm fine, and all the other group over there is like, ooh, yes.
That's still fine.
even the armor that's behind us is like peeking over our shoulder, going, "Ooh, ah."
Still fine.
Maybe if not taking that intentional damage on the first one.
It's just it's that reaction shot where we don't see him getting hit. It just shows everybody watching him getting hit, where they're all wincing at the same time, like in sync with each other. Like ooh ah.
Look, the first damage was for science, and I don't regret it.
Yeah, that good old science damage.
All right. So this rug is not moving out of its square, but it is really hard to get access to.
The rug.
The rug, and it definitely wants to make friends with Dwayne.
Yeah, it does.
That is surprisingly a hit.
And now it's damage.
What was that about damage?
There is no damage. You are just, again, grappled, restrained, blinded, risk.
At least it's your
No.
color.
All
So-
cloth wants to be a garment of
Aha. Make me that wisdom save. Evil red man.
So as Felon is taunting the evil red man, that's, slashing at him, as Dwayne is suffocating.
Oh, come on, dude.
Wow.
Such a good save. You take damage instead.
Jerkwad. He takes 6 damage. Alright, we might have a problem now.
I'll be over there in a second. Maybe. Hopefully.
I'm beginning to think that maybe this wizard's intentions weren't as pure as he claimed outside.
From under the muffled rug here. Bait!
All right. He comes up and sizes you up with his sword, but instead looks like he's gonna push you. So if you can make an athletics check,
Could I instead make an acrobatics, perhaps?
you could.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. And 8's not gonna make a difference, I don't think. Yeah, it's not gonna make a difference.
So he pushes you, and he actually pushes you back into the glass,
Oh no.
and it shatters, and you'll take 6 damage.
So what he just did, the cliche fight maneuver of throwing me through the glass coffee table?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're like, I'll take it.
I love it. Okay, I gotta make another con save.
Dwayne, Cloud, and Bryceus, can you roll me a perception check, please?
Oh boy.
Blind.
It's like, I literally can't see anything.
I can't.
Yeah, I have advantage because of the shield.
You're basically rolling for Dwayne, Bryceus. Okay. It's okay. Cloud's got this. Cloud, you hear from down the hall, and what you imagine down the stairs, you hear more metal clanking and
So
scraping.
back towards that main room.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll just give them the heads up. Like, sounds like reinforcements are coming.
And this is conveniently timed with when Felon falls and breaks the glass table in that cliche way.
Oh no.
It does this, and then, not that one. comes forward and motions to strike at you. After because after throwing you through the coffee table.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he has to make another wisdom. Oh no, he still hits me. Never mind. I know what you do. I understand. Never mind. Take it back. So, Al, I am unconscious,
Oh Lord.
and my spirit guardians, as you might imagine, have decided now is the best time to leave me, and they're gone.
You start to immediately hear the clink. Okay, sorry. Sorry, I had to remove decorations. They're getting in the way. That is 40. And he stops there. You hear the clanking at the exact same spot every time you hear figures stop on the stairs. Sounds very, very familiar. Stuck between a Briseis and a Cloud. This armor... we'll attack Cloud.
At disadvantage.
Ooh,
Yep.
He's kipping all over. How about
For
that 10?
disadvantage, that 10 is just fine with me.
Okay. And an 8 won't do it either.
Nope.
Cloud.
Hearing the glass break and whipping his head around to see Felon go sprawling through the coffin into the ground and then not moving, Cloud's head shoots up, and, he whoop dodges the armor's attacks and just kind of coils into a spring of limbs and bounds over Dwayne again. I'll take it an opportunity if he gets one at me as I shoot out and shouts for Felon and runs. 21 will hit for 8.
Would the disadvantage count for an opportunity attack?
It's until my next turn, so I think it would.
Briseis is
Can you
interference.
You can impose disadvantage. That would be spectacular. Actually, it wouldn't matter because a 15 would still hit. Yeah, because my armor class is 15. So.
Well, she will try.
Well, it's appreciated. So I take 8. What's going on? Hello?
Hello?
You're
Yep.
on mute. Maybe.
No, I'm not on mute. I can't click my token.
Are you
Ruler
on
setting.
your ruler?
Oh, I am on my. Thank you.
Yep.
Whoops. So
I
minus
saw the
8.
little triangle show up.
Oh, okay. Yep. And just dives and takes a sword or a slam attack as he vaults over. From 45 to there. So he's going to come out and around and right up into the gap here and just turn into a helicopter of staff spins and kicks. First attack at the one to the north.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a big fat no. So second attack against that one. 13?
It does not seem to separate any of the armor pieces that you
Frustrated, he'll lash out with a kick at the one to the right. I can't hit a goddamn thing. Oh, actually, that's my bonus action. I should have done that because I should have spent a key point for. Well, actually, I could disengage again, but it's not going to matter because the other guy in the middle I didn't attack, and he'll get a shot at me. Well, crap on a stick. I mean, if that's how things went, I may as well. Oh no, because I didn't pay the point to spend for flurry of blows. I could spend a point for Step of the Wind and be able to disengage. No, I already took a bonus action. I can't do that either. I keep thinking these are bonus actions. Yeah, no, I'm kind of exposed right now because I went in without being quite prepared for that. So, all right, I'm exposed and vulnerable. Help. I should not have done that unarmed attack.
So as Cloud says, help, Felon.
Make that old death save.
Do you want me to roll it out in the open, or you want me to GM roll it?
Ooh, GM roll sounds spicy.
All right, cool. You can do that.
Ruh-roh.
Okay,
That is a roll.
that is indeed a roll.
So Bryceus, you you hear the glass shatter. You hear Felon go down. You see Cloud just go leaping over, and also Dwayle's wrapped in a rug.
Here's the thing here. She's gonna try to pull Dwayle out of the thing again. What was that, strength?
Yeah, it's strength.
Did I do athletics? I think I had athletics.
Yes.
Roll well, please. Eh. Roll low, please, Rug.
Oh.
Yes.
So yes, you unfurl Dwayle again from the upholstery. Any other bonus actions, movement?
I think of bonus action ways. Nah, I'm out of those spells. So, nope.
All right. Dwayle, breathing again. Second time in 6 seconds.
This is not my favorite rug. All right. You, go there. Hit him. Boink.
And 7, if you can, or I'm sorry, Cloud, if you can add 8 hit points back onto your total, because your armor class is 17.
Is it?
Because Bryceus is nice.
Oh, okay.
Shield?
Oh.
That was on Dwayle.
No, shield was on me.
Yeah, she did that. She did that to Dwayle because his AC was lower.
Was poopy. See, I
Yeah.
don't even remember these things.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would be fine with an AC 2 higher, but I'm like, what happened? I didn't do anything.
Potatoes. Dwayle, you see that it is very effective in combusting it apart.
Ah. Yay. I will move to here.
Are you stepping on the glass, or are you stepping in the shattered glass remains?
It's the shattered glass remains are there.
Yes.
I'm hoping my shoes are better than the glass is.
Well, you have 2 options. You can either make a dex save to try to avoid the glass, or you can make a concentration save to focus on not stepping on the glass and holding your spell.
Sons of bitches. We'll try and avoid. We'll try and avoid the stepping on the magical glass. Come on, dainty feet.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right,
It's not moving magical glass, so you're okay.
Phelan. I thought you were the cleric and you were supposed to heal me.
Are you just yelling those words at him?
Yes, I'm just yelling those words at him as I hit him with a potion of healing.
Love those.
Just like break it on his forehead.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes, down your throat. I still don't know how to
these
do
things
this.
work.
Better at killing things. Yes, 1 potion of healing, and I'm now out of potions of healing. And please don't die again.
Who could say? What's this? What's that? 2d4 plus 2?
2d4 plus 2.
I remember. Okay. All right. That's exactly 1 hit from the animated armor, so that's good.
Yeah. And that's it for me. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is but no rug. That's good.
All right. So you hear more clanking on the stairs, and then you hear kind of a slight pause, and then a louder thud. Sounds like maybe a jump over.
I thought robots couldn't do stairs.
They're
can do
not
stairs.
Daleks.
But I swear to God, none of them could do stairs with that hole in the floor.
Villain, you set the best trap ever.
All right. So animated armor is going to attack Cloud.
Of course.
Slams.
Is it those last 2 there?
Last 2.
First one misses, second one hits for 4.
He has no interest in going anywhere. You are right in front of him. We'll move the rug back here now, Briseus. The rug seems to try to wrap around you.
She stomps on it.
Your stomping is very effective. I have a feeling that the wooden leg is extra effective, and it just seems to furl around itself.
It holds it down like a chair leg.
So as the rug has been chair-legged, this angry Oni guy in the middle looks Cloud, looks at Felon, looks at Dwale.
Yeah, chooses to
Looks
attack the fireball.
Yeah, looks at the piece of garbage next to it. Oh, it knows. Yes. It's going to attack Dwale with its longsword.
Ah, that's a little bit of a hit.
Just a little.
And it's going to wait and see the results of this roll.
I think I almost want this fireball to go away.
Oh, you
Why
kept
fireball? Why?
it. Yeah, and then he's still not having any of that and tries to hit you again.
Yep. Wait. Nope. I can't do anything about it. Yep. Oh, still alive.
Oh. Fireball still hanging in?
Fire.
Yes.
Still hanging in. You remind me of an ank egg I once knew.
All right. And then he is going to take 2 steps back.
I will attempt to hit him. Yeah, nope.
Yeah.
Felon?
All that martial training is paying off.
Hit him, Felon. Get him with the
Yeah.
candlestick.
Well, the candlestick's gone, so.
Should have used the great axe.
Should have used the great axe. Sentences I never thought I'd hear Dwyer say. This one cannot. You see it lumbering, and it's still running up the stairs quickly at you, Bryceus. But it doesn't look like it has the effort in it to slam at you.
This guy?
Yeah, he just lumbers up the stairs. You're getting ready to brace for him. He doesn't make any attacks. He just swings around you. Looks like he was too focused on running. The one on your right is more than happy to throw its body into your metal armor.
Yes, that hits. How many?
All right. Cloud.
Okay. This is getting super messy. I can see Briseis is getting pinned in now back there, and then there's this, and everything is just all kinds of messed up. But seeing Dwayne got Felon up and functional again, I'm gonna swing back and try to bonk the armor that's behind me closer to Felon. My first attack. I think a 20 probably good.
20 will do it.
For 6.
Get him.
Nice. Okay.
Deleted.
That having happened, now I can spend my full attention around to the one that's in front of me. Which point we will go in for my second attack. 24.
24 will do it.
All right. For 6 points of damage. Do I want to try to do anything with this? I don't know. Probably not. Because I think I have to spend bonus actions to do that, or is it just... No, it's just when I hit a target... Oh, no, that's with an attack from Flurry of Blows. Never mind. Well...
Cloud, Felon,
yes.
and Dwale. Can you
Mhm.
guys give me perception checks?
Oh,
Sure. I'd love. Oops. Oh.
I am the most self-absorbed person ever.
Oh, no, you're totally not.
I don't think I've rolled above a 10 in perception ever.
Cloud, Felon, Dwale, you guys are playing with the glass and or recovering from being knocked unconscious. Cloud, you notice that your quarterstaff is not following through. Like you're getting a good surface hit when you hit your target.
But it's not
In this
reacting
instance,
much to
like,
it.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. You know, it's like when you shoot a Q or when you shoot a Q in pool and you don't follow through. It's just kind of. Ugh.
Fair. Okay.
He seems to be immune.
Thank you for that hint, DM. Well, that being said, having been able to bop it, or at least attempt to attack it, I can disengage for free with mobile. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to fall back. That's next to, like, more like here, maybe, because I don't want to be right next to the fireball.
Just to be clear, you felt like it did something.
Not
as much as you expected.
Okay, fair enough. All right, but yeah, I'll fall back a step to, because if I'm right here, I would be next to the flames. So, but just kind of like, so it'll have to go through that gap in order to get closer to anybody. And I'm going to drop a key point on patient defense. And I am mulling this over in my head. And I'm like looking from it to the staff in my hands. And I'm kind of like eyes narrowed, pondering my next move. And kind of keep casting a look down the hall to make sure Briseis isn't getting overwhelmed. you got this, right?
I'm good.
Good.
All right. Felon.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
It's okay. That's literally you waking up.
Uh,
Waking up and saying sorry as you're laying on the ground in glass.
Okay, first thing I'm going to do. Can I see Briseis from where I am? Or is it not?
I mean, you can see like a hoof. I mean, you're laying on the ground in glass.
All right, I guess I'll stand up first. With like a bit of a groan, he sort of Felon stands up, and then he's going to move over. He can only move 15 feet, so he's going to move over to there, and then bonus action. This on everyone. Oh, that's not as much as I'd hoped, but everyone gets 6 health.
Hey, 6 is 6. That's nothing to.
And
that can keep us alive for another hit.
I am going to Sacred Flame this man. Let's see if that hurts him. That was not a lot of damage, so he'll probably fail it.
I mean, that logic's pretty sound.
It was pretty sound. You're right. But not sound enough, unfortunately.
All right. Briseis, you see Felon spring to life. Put a little more life into everybody. Also, there's metal clangy things coming at you and a rug that wants to be best friends with you right below you.
Yeah. He's gonna... Spirit Guardians, these guys. She can. Is that 20 feet?
It's 15.
Good play. Zap that rug.
No, not square. There, I fixed it. All right. Any other bonus sections?
No, not currently.
Okay. Dwayne, you see Felon throw a little magic at this thing. Seems to be dodging it. You see Briseis light up the hallway.
Go get him.
Okay.
I like the roll. Come on, give me something worthwhile.
That's something.
So you see it, and you see that it's supposed to slam into it, but at the last second, it does avoid most of your flaming sphere.
Nah.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Yeah, I can actually do this one.
All right, so you know that a beast of this nature typically is very, very resilient to magical effects. It seems to be able to very easily anticipate effects of spells and be able to put itself in a position to avoid them. Also, you know it takes significantly less damage from magical spells than a normal being perhaps would. You know that typically for these things, you would like to prefer to use a adamantine weapon.
Yeah.
I've
And
seen
you also know that they fly.
Well, should anyone have any adamantine on them, do feel free to use it. Otherwise, well, it's what I have. So, can I not kill Felon? Yes. I will.
That's generally a good thing to try to not do.
Well, I just wanted to make sure.
And
I
you
will-
also know that these horrors are typically immune to 3 set spells. And those set spells tend to be aggressive spells like heat metal,
like all the ones I want to use.
fireball, lightning bolt, shatter.
Everything fun.
Yeah, anything that's fun, basically. Also, with a 29, if there's anything else that you want to know in the spot, just let me know.
Have I heard anything about them and psychic damage?
You haven't heard anything about them
No.
and psychic damage.
This seems like a waste, but he will inflict a phantasmal force upon it and see how it does.
I actually have to bring up intelligence save. Nobody has that hot bard.
You poor thing.
Woo, it fails.
So yeah.
It takes 3 damage as a rock wall rises up around it and crushes in on it.
All right. As far as you can tell, the Helm Horror looks to be reacting as though what you want it to see is what it's seeing.
And Dwell gives the gesture to everyone else. And then he'll hold on that.
That -3 wisdom save for that Spirit Guardian's damage,
Wow.
though.
Nice.
So Briseis, before he acts,
I will get rid of that.
he would like to take some damage.
Oh, you know what, did I?
Which I'll roll.
Felon seems to be sleeping on the job. Or muted.
Yeah.
Who knows?
No, it's Briseis.
No, that's
Sorry.
Briseis' roll.
Abby.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Felon cast
Yeah.
that.
Hey.
Well, you were the one that usually casts Spirit Guardians. Jesus.
Hey. Hurting my feelings.
Oh, come on, Rug. You don't have wisdom. Come on, Rug.
I'll tell you about that rug, though.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Rug.
That rug.
Suck it, Rug.
Athy, I'm just going to keep that 15 for now.
Okay.
Just because, honestly, that's going to make it easier. Rug still wants to be your best friend.
Nope.
So, Helmed Horror, when is the save for Phantasmal?
That... I'm not sure he gets another one.
So, as he's frantically kind of struggling against these walls that he first saw appear,
It can use its action if it's really smart for an intelligence. And then on my turn, I can zap it more.
Got it. And unfortunately, this doesn't surprise you that it is relatively smart.
Not that smart.
But not that smart. And then it does try to escape the crushing walls that you have created for it, and it does so by trying to fly up into the air. And it flies 20 feet into the air, which is the maximum that the ceiling will allow. I don't have a thing for flying in the air. It's a lightning bolt. All right. Holy
Damn
shit.
it, armor.
Trying to beat her down.
Nope. Nope.
All right, so that armor cannot do its one job. The other armor next to her puffs.
Let me roll that again.
Cloud.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a giant floating red angry armor 20 feet in the air above you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see Briseis surrounded by 3.
Mm. Oh.
She seems to be doing fine, though.
Yeah, I just we're in a situation here. If this thing's up in the air, I have an idea, but I doubt it would work, or at least that the GM would let something so ridiculous in anime happen. But I don't know. Because what I was going to ask, because I have a climb speed, and I was going to ask what would be the chances that I could, like, basically, like, run to here, climb up the wall, and, like, spring off the wall, do my attack sequence in midair with it. Probably not.
Oh, come on. Climb speed means you can stick to the wall.
Yeah, climb speed is stick to the wall. I mean,
I know, I'm just saying,
skipping
like,
off the wall isn't unreasonable.
I'm just wondering if that would be, yeah, just basically, like, going, like, you know, like, bip, 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 and then, like, you know, hand over fist off, and then, like, looking back and kind of, like, springboarding off, and then in midair next to the armor doing, like, a full flurry attack sequence.
Yeah, I mean, that's 10 to the wall.
Yeah,
And
okay.
15 up the wall.
Okay.
10 across.
I just want to know if that was going to be too ridiculous for you to approve it.
No, that's
All right.
perfectly reasonable.
Fair enough. So yeah, looking down at the staff in his hands and up at this thing that's taken to the air, he kind of takes a deep breath, drops the staff to the ground, and kind of kicks it over to the corner. And all 4 of his hands and his feet, the claws, they start to kind of get a very slight glowing aura around them, very Last Dragon, if you've seen that. And he looks up with like a snap and just becomes a blur and just dashes towards the wall, bip, 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 right up the stonework, and then like springboards back off the wall over towards the armor, and then just unleashes like a torrent of kicks and punches in the air. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that, hop up there, and then go spin a key point for full flurry of blows, and then drop back down to the ground at the end of the sequence. So, key point. Here we go. So this is going to be a total of 4 attacks, because 2 for the flurry of blows and then 2 for regular. Just going to roll them all. We're going to see how they go. Did any of those hit?
So your first attack, you're not prepared. Second attack, it looks like it's gonna do some decent impact. You just barely clip one of his legs instead. Third attack is a complete miss, but your final kick, as you're just falling down, does manage to hit him.
All right, for 9 points of slashing, and if it's worth anything to know, these attacks are all considered magical.
You feel like your foot claw nail is the right amount of effective.
All right. And unless I would take more than 30 points of damage, dropping the 15 or 20 feet back to the ground, I'll land in like a 3-point stance and just kind of look up at it, glaring.
20 feet is 2d6, which is not enough, so it's all good.
All right.
All right.
Oh, actually, yeah. So I'm just on the ground right there. Probably actually underneath it or close to it, but yeah.
All right. All right. I don't suppose the swords that the animated armors had were adamantine, were they? I don't know how I'd tell.
Well, you'd lick one, obviously.
Well, right, but that takes time. Okay, it's a delicate process.
Just
You
run
can't
up to one with
Isn't
your tongue out,
adamantine
like,
black? But adamantine, isn't it black? Like you could tell just by looking at it.
I don't know if that's officially how it is. I'm not sure.
Like in D&D, I thought adamantine was black.
I don't know.
I could be wrong.
Are they obviously not steel? I guess would be the question. Or do they just look kind of like swords?
They look like swords.
Okay. When Felon was thrown through this glass coffee table, did he notice anything in there either?
Run that one by me again.
When Felon was thrown through the glass coffee table over here, and as he was getting out, did he see what was inside, or could he see now what was inside?
There was nothing inside that you could see.
Okay. Oh shit.
Although it was like a strange box, so you think something might have been inside, but you're not sure.
Right, nothing obvious. Not like an enormous sword or warhammer made out of adamantine or anything.
Yeah, you didn't see it. I mean, the time you got the closest to it was when your body was smashed through it, so you're not quite sure.
Right. I mean, I guess... How you doing, Cloud? You're all right for... I'll take a hit or two.
I could take, depending on how a hit or two is probably literally the extent of it, assuming he doesn't crit.
Okay, so then this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to Sacred Flame this bad boy right here. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Definitely going to nat 20 that one. Ha!
Oh,
Ha!
oh.
Ha! Ooh, hee. And then I'm going to... Healing Word Cloud.
I
Sure, there's
will-
2 healings. Just use the left one, I think.
I would assume. I guess.
Yeah, I don't.
Because you're rolling everything with advantage. It looks like.
Yeah, but I don't know why I would roll that with it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Well,
But,
just take
yeah,
that for now.
I'll take 8. That's totally fine.
Here, let's see. I turned off advantage. This is just a test. Nope, still there. I turned off advantage. It's still there.
That's weird.
All right. Well, I'll deal with that later. But that is my turn for the moment.
Okay.
Do you have it set as an attack on your sheet?
No. Let me check.
What are you rolling it off of?
I'm rolling off of the spell. It is set as an attack.
Oh, okay. Well, because if it is,
Something
check and see if there's a secondary. Because there's under the attacks that are on there that'll have a second damage type.
It does. I don't know why. I turned it off. It's fine.
Yeah, that's why it should be right. It's rolling twice on there. I think. Now try it.
Okay, so Briseis.
There we go.
Yeah, see, there you go. Now it's working.
She is going to go for this guy. Wait, that didn't work right. Don't think it hit.
No. It looks like it just bounces off the side of him.
Boink. Okay. Get off of advantage. There we Yeah. I think she'll stay where she is. How high is this guy?
He is 20 feet in the air.
And this is 15 feet.
Yes.
So she will stay where she is.
All right. Dwayne, you appear to have walled in a flying being that Cloud has run up the wall and flung himself at.
All right, so those compressing walls continue to squeeze in. They kind of spike up at the top. While his leg is trapped and he can't possibly move. That'll do 1d6 damage. Psychic. 4.
Man, it is rolling the butt for these saves.
While he can't possibly move. And then we will follow up with a firebolt at the stupid fricking rug. Die rug.
Well, I mean, a 12 is usually a problem, but it's a rug, so that hits.
Yes!
Basically, you're just firing at a spot on the ground.
Oh, come on, rug! Stupid resistant rugs.
All right, so animated armor stuck in Athi's circle of, oh my god, it's killing me. Cannot live through that. But this rug might be able to. That rug is not. All right. So this helmed horror no longer believes that it is surrounded by walls. However, it did take a little bit to process that. It looks around, sees that it was next to a wall, decides that that was a problem, and stays 20 feet in the air. Cloud.
I don't suppose your allegiance can be bought. No?
In response to that, it just takes its sword and, like, swipes against its own neck, gesturing towards you.
If I went this way towards this pillar and went up it, would I be able to do the same thing off into this space?
Well, let's see here.
I can use my my feline agility to boost my move speed if needed.
Yeah, because it's going to be 25 to the pillar, 20 up the pillar. The gap's a little bit further than the previous time.
Yep, I'll pop feline agility then.
Give me a acrobatics check for
Certainly.
the pillar itself. It's a little bit smoother than the walls.
Fair enough. Oh, I watched it roll off of a freaking 13 onto a 5.
Come on, let him set the DC at 10.
So with that 11, it's enough to get up in the air and at him, but not the way you wanted to.
Okay.
Any attacks you make would be a disadvantage.
That's fine. I'll take it. It's better than doing nothing. However, I'm not going to spend a point for full flurry of blows. I'm just going to do my regular bonus action, so 3 attacks. So, first one. 17 a hit?
Nope.
Nope, okay. Second one. 21 a hit.
Nice.
That'll do.
And third one, that's going to be a fail on the last one. But 6 points of slashery damage on that one. I'm hitting it with like one attack on each pass. So that would put me over here.
All right.
You guys are like trying to bargain with it. I'm just like bouncing off the walls, flailing at it with
Not unlike
limbs and claws.
a cat,
Yeah. Yeah.
with a toy.
I was gonna say he's basically the laser pointer.
None of you guys can get Cloud's attention anymore. All right, Felon, you are up.
Alrighty. This fucking prick. I don't know. All my stuff is magical. I guess what I'm going to do is something I haven't done in a very long time. And I'm gonna run over to here. I hope that rug doesn't strangle me. Oh well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I go to there, and as I'm running over there, I pull out my light crossbow, and then I'm going to shoot him with it. Ah, there we go! That seems pretty good. Huh?
Yeah, so with a little bit of rust that you quickly lick off of your light crossbow, you fire around, and surprisingly, it actually, like, kind of sticks in him.
Still got it, baby.
And by all accounts and effects, and when you look at what you did, you think it kind of worked.
Oh, Phelan, I've just realized we should have lit up all our candles.
Oh, that's it. That's all I can do.
All right, Perseus.
Okay. Sayus is gonna move to here. And she's going to try to climb the 5 feet up the wall to try to get her area of effect on this thing. So, climb, maybe? Nope. She tried.
You do try to climb the wall.
Her wooden hoof is just not helping.
Like, it's just you're climbing with one hand.
A
Your
shield.
other arm's a shield. I mean, you got one hoof. It's just it's not happening. You do try diligently at your best. Dwayne, you see Bryce trying to scale the wall next to you.
Ah, I see what you're going for. This will be undignified. Dwayne just takes a step towards Briseis, dives down at her feet, stands up, and sees if he can get her up on his shoulders.
Marco Polo style?
Marco Polo style.
Okay, you go ahead and make that athletics roll for me. And you go ahead and make that a disadvantage for me.
Oh,
I am a specialist in athletics.
Can she lean against the wall to knock off that disadvantage? Like, hold on to, well, either way.
Yes, you can. But an 11 is still not enough to lift fully armored Cleric of Lathander when you have a natural carrying capacity of, 150?
Maybe that on a good day. Oh, Briseis, what did you eat? Oh, that's it.
Take that one out of context.
Guys are turning into like the Land Before Time when they're trying to reach the tree and the leaves. No, kids' movies, Bueller.
No, you got it.
It's been a very long time since I've seen that.
All right.
Does she vicious mockery him for hurting her feelings?
Well, we've seen the effect of psychic damage. That is true.
I had to say that image you posted in the Discord is perfect, Athy.
All right. Sorry, I just got to
With
move
it-
you guys around a little bit here.
With a good butthole shot there, too.
All right. So this guy does not look happy at all. He's looking
Failed
around.
circus
He doesn't
act
have
going
any
on.
figures. He as he's in the air, he takes one of his arms back, and then appears to throw it. It's like he's summoning force, and then he throws his hand at Briseus.
Oh, that's fun.
Does his hand enter the sphere of effect?
It would have to.
Yeah, it does.
Bzzt. Come on, disintegrate his hand.
It just meets.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll that damage for me.
It meets.
So it takes half.
Yeah,
Oh, it does?
half.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many hit points can a hand have? Come on.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately for you guys, it has more than 4.
4.
4.
7?
Boy. 4.
Does it have 7?
Oh,
Or
Yeah.
damn
Sorry.
your resistances.
let's still.
So as it flies at you, Briseus, give me either acrobatics or athletics.
That's pretty good.
All right.
knock it away with her shield.
Yes, that is exactly what happens. And the hand ends up somewhere over here. And then, seeing as 3 of you are in a bubble and 1 of you is not, it's going to make his 5, 10, 15, and then 20. Slightly descending so that he's still in the air, but within melee reach of Felon.
Oh, no, hey, no, you weren't supposed to come over here. Ow, that'll hurt. You weren't supposed to do that. Look, just because I shot you doesn't mean you need to get all upset about it.
Yeah, he looks pretty upset about it. He doesn't take another swing at you with his longsword, though. Cloud?
Yep. So you said he descended to within melee range,
Yeah, he's still in the air.
but
He's
right.
just within 5 feet of Felon, yeah. So he's only
All right.
like 10
So-
feet in the air.
All right. Yeah, so this would be considerably easier. Could I head back in the other direction, and what would probably be the easiest way to go? Like, I don't know. I guess going off here and then over Felon's head would be a bad move. But if I go this way, I got to go over glass.
Hey, I love bad moves. I love bad
yeah.
moves.
Do
yeah. All right, sure. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and then like 5 or 10 up, 5 up. Ish,
He's
whatever.
10 feet in the air.
Do you need a acrobatics roll?
Yeah, for getting over Felon, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's more like what I expected. Got a freaking +6. I shouldn't be rolling 10s. So whoopah, out, over, and across, and as we pass, are these going to be at disadvantage or are they going to be normal?
Oh, these are good.
All right. Dropping another key point, full flurry. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hit with none of those, do I? Yep.
Yes, that is a cat with a laser pointer.
Yep.
That's definitely what that is. All right. Felon, you see Cloud go right over your head.
Mm-hmm.
Came to your rescue, got up right next to him.
Yeah. Fortunately, still right in my face. I'd rather not be that would not be true. So, Okay, I think I'm gonna have to take the disengage action because if I hang out here, I'm gonna get screwed.
That's
So
fine.
take disengage.
Come over here and get healed.
There's no way he could. He could never get back all the way over here. So I'm gonna go over here.
There's no way he can move 15 feet.
No way.
That's a number far too large for him.
I mean that's basically it. I don't want to use any bonus actions at the moment.
Okay. Perseus.
He is going to lean over and third level.
Oh, thanks, bud. Excellent.
Wait, was it only 5 points of damage for +2 level? No.
That was the original cast. The 12 was the extra levels.
Oh, I didn't see the 12. I thought that was for some reason I was seeing that as a DC, and I don't know why.
She's gonna move closer just to get him in the bubble again. Even though he's still too high, right? You said he lowered a little bit, but
Yeah, he is 10 feet in the air.
so then he gets
Yeah, he should be inside the bubble then, yeah.
so
Bubble.
even if it does a little damage, a little is better than nothing.
All right. So your guardians start to thwap at him. They seem to not want to hit him, and B, hit him lightly. But it does seem to be continuously going. So, Dwayne, you see these? You see this occur? And you see 7 over in the corner. Seems like one of you is always alone. What do you do?
Felon, she's so heavy.
Wow.
And he just sort of rolls on his side, points his staff towards the horror, and fires off a firebolt.
Link?
Yeah.
And he just sort of slowly crawls up to his feet. That's it.
Yeah. All right. So Helmed Horror is really not going to take any of that damage from Briseis, or not much of it. Second, he's going to pick up. It seems like his hand just picks itself up off the ground and flings itself at Briseis again. Strength or acrobatics, or athletics, your choice.
Athletics. Yes.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, he is not having any of what you were doing. He will still come down, more so, and try to put his sword in your face.
Nah.
And now, when he needs
He's
to roll
just
better,
blocking
he's going to
everything.
get flanked. Yeah, that eye shield is getting overtime. Cloud.
Yeah.
It has moved away from you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh, did I get an opportunity on that?
Well, if it was in melee range,
Well,
Felon,
yeah, I mean,
technically.
yeah, I guess.
Hit it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ah!
And then
So
it's your turn.
9. All right. All right, so it's out in the middle again. Yeah, I'm not in any spot where I can probably actually get to it easier this time.
No, it flew down to hit Briseis, didn't it?
Is it down closer to ground level again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, in that case, definitely then. Out and around the broken glass, up to Briseis' side. Drop another key point. Got one left. Flurry of blows. Here we go. Just the first one.
All right. That is number 1. Number 1 is good.
For 5 points.
All right. You feel it starting to separate, but it has not separated just quite yet.
All right. I guess I could try shooting it again. Kind of don't want to because I feel like I shot it once and like I should just retire for shooting ever again. But it's kind of the only thing I can do. So I'm gonna try to shoot it. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Should have quit while I was ahead.
So as you go to shoot it again, you hear the patwang of your crossbow. The string draws back properly and fires properly, but one of the bolts on the side rusts out, and it looks like you had a crappy bow.
I never liked it anyway. It fella just sort of tosses it to the side and stands there like, keep up the good work, guys.
Briseis, Felon is cheering you on.
She is just going to keep hacking. That is all she can do. Needle it down if need be.
So, Briseis, as you manage to get your sword up and through, it seems like also your sword's magical qualities are extremely effective in this circumstance.
All right, and as you land the killing blow,
Woo! Yes.
bringing
Oh my god.
bringing it finally back down to the ground. You guys all breathe a quick sigh of relief, but almost the second that its body, or if you call it that, hits the ground, you guys see a thick fog or something coming out of where the broken glass is, and it quickly fills the room, blocking all of your vision with a bright white hazy fog, essentially. And all of you start to see clips and pockets of what looks like a vision. There is someone dressed in the same color robes as the corpse that you see on the ground. You see broken images of another plainly dressed man. You see them walking through the same path that you took, coming into the entrance of the once ruined tower. You see the giant painting in the front hall. You see them heading down the stairway. You see them walking into where you guys took your rest and walking past the suits of armor, up the stairs and around the corner, and you see them coming to this room. And then the vision gets a little hazy. It starts breaking up. You hear bits of audio from it. Something like get it, turn it off, and you hear a loud hissing sound. And you see a bright flash. And then you see the wizard dressed in those colored robes fall. And you see the old, plainly dressed man kind of stand up and look down on the fallen wizard. And as soon as you see that, the fog starts dissipating. Your vision starts slowly coming back to you. You see each other start to appear in the room again. And you are, it seems like, everything's a little back to normal, or how you saw it a few seconds ago.
You guys all saw that one, right?
Yes, that wasn't just one of yours.
Woo! All right. Excellent. So, it's like the old man tricked him?
It's kind of the feeling, I guess,
Got
you're
him
getting
killed
from that.
intentionally. We could have a chat with this gentleman if we wanted to.
That may be worthwhile. Taking a look at him. Human? Elven? Something else?
Human, as far as you can tell. It's pretty badly decomposed. No defining facial features that you can see, which might lead you to believe that it's human.
Staff, book, components, anything left about him to indicate who he might have been?
Yeah, you see a book, looks to be a simple spell book. You see a few scroll hosters, all along tied to what was once the belt.
Ugh. Well, I suppose we can take these and check them for glyphs before we read through them.
You also see, Dwayne, can you give me a investigation?
I can do that. I might even be able to do that. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you can. You are an expert at searching wizardly-looking things, and right away you notice something strange about the positioning of this corpse. In your vision, you saw that it was that it just fell to the ground, as far as you could tell, in a pile, crumpled heap. This corpse looks to have their hands placed in a strange way. Most corpses that you've seen, their hands are sprawled out. This one has a clenched fist in its right hand.
Felon, mind the hands. Do you recall in the vision, were they open or closed when they fell?
I don't really remember. But I mean, it's possible are they closed now?
Yes,
Them is.
I mean, it's possible over time, as he shriveled up and desiccated, that the tendons just closed.
That's true. I was more concerned that they might be concealing some sort of glyph or trap. I'd hate to get this far and then have something explode. But...
Well, let's find out.
Felon
bends down and opens the dude's hand.
All right, you do that. It's gonna take some breaking of bones, but that doesn't seem to
He's
bother
dead.
Felon.
He doesn't mind.
So in doing so, you unleash the item that was in his hands, which is very similar in size to the gift from Aiden that Dwayne had gotten. but it is gold with a very ornate colored jeweled eye in the center.
It's the
Oh,
eye of
besides,
Alpha.
look, it matches your shield.
This is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay. Huh. Felon sort of palms it around. Says, I think we'll have to investigate that a little further.
We gather all this up. Perhaps head back to the main room and rest again, perhaps, or make our way out.
Not a bad idea. I think this bears more investigation, though. Like, I don't think we should leave. That's what I'm saying. Like, we can go out, but we shouldn't leave forever.
Fair.
Also, hey, Sin, would you say this gentleman here has a mouth?
He has a skull face.
Would you say that that counts as a mouth for Speak with Dead?
It sure does.
All right, excellent. Felon would say, that's not me casting it, I just wanted to ping it so you can see it. Felon would say, if we take Krusty here, we might be able to learn a little bit more. I want to do that.
I have no problem with that. And as Dwayle's talking, he's got his staff, and he's just sort of running the butt end of it back and forth through the glass to see if anything was in amidst the glass.
No, all you find running your staff through all the broken glass is a like a small device, which you're guessing is where the strange fog might have come from. It looked to be directly at the bottom of one of the pieces of glass.
Well.
All right, so Felon, you're casting Speak with Dead.
Yeah, if we want to have a conversation with this gentleman, seems like a good call.
What 5 questions would you like to ask?
Okay. We have a little bit of time, so Felon's gonna, after it works, Felon's gonna turn to the group and say, seems like we should figure out, like, who the old man was and what this gentleman was doing here, right?
Yeah, so
Yes.
while he's raising this zombie, she's just gonna not be
Well,
here for that.
It's not really what it is, but
Well, it's not raising a zombie, but he's making the corpse talk and like
that is true.
animate.
And keep in
That is
mind,
true.
you're doing this after smashing the hand in half to get the item inside. So
He doesn't need his hand to talk to me.
that is true. I'm sure he'll understand that. So since this is probably where we're gonna call it for the night, if you want, we can take the week to assemble those questions and just post them throughout the week.
That's fine. We can do that.
Sounds reasonable.
Sounds good to me.
That way you guys can debate what you want to ask.
Cool
Fair
beans.
enough.
Gives you time to come up with answers, just in case you didn't have any.
That's
Yeah, I tried to like drop a little hint earlier, so if you needed to, you could figure it out.
Well, I mean, if you want to ask him now, please go ahead.
No.
I'm good.
That's fine with me. But like, because I know my players, when they first got that spell, I was not prepared for it at all, and they asked some like random dead NPC in like a big room of a bunch of dead people, and they're asking him like personal questions about his life, and I'm like, he's just a dead person. I didn't come up with the life story for this man. What do you want from me?
Tell me about your father.
I'm like, God damn it. You
Ever
don't need to
since
psychoanalyze him. Come on.
Ever since you figured out the whole like read thoughts, I've been like ready with way too much.
Good. No, perfect. I just haven't had a chance to yet. I almost read the thoughts of the spooky night guy, but I didn't want him to like violate my mind or whatever, so I decided against it.
No,
Also, I didn't think it'd be very helpful.
Speaking of the spooky fellow, now that they're all destroyed or at least disassembled, be sure to use your detect magic once more and identify if any of their weapons or armor would be helpful.
Oh yeah, I do. This will happen for sure. Is Felon is going to cast Identify in that eye, because that definitely is magical as fuck. like it looks like the Eye of Agamotto, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, Doctor Strange is gonna come looking for his lost
Dormammu,
jewelry.
I've come to bargain.
It's a great scene.
It is my favorite scene in that movie for sure.
So Dwayne, just so you know, the spell book is you flip through it, it's pretty much blank as far as you can tell. And the scrolls, if you're interested.
Yes, I am.
There are 3. You have Scroll of Tongues, Scroll of Banishment, and Big B's Hand.
Ooh, I don't have any of those.
Big B's hand.
I think some of those are mine, though. Ooh, I can learn that.
As much as plate mail might be cool, I'm not sure she'd go for armor that previously had tried to kill them all.
I don't have heavy armor proficiency. Otherwise, I'd take the crap out of it.
And did you guys do
She'd be-
anything with the... Sorry.
I was gonna say, then she'd be even heavier.
Sure. By the way, what do you eat? Are you at least part? I suppose you've got that wooden leg.
She eats people. She's a people. Dwayne. She eats people food. We've been adventuring together for months. How have you never seen her eat food?
The quantity astounds me. She weighs a ton.
She's wearing metal armor.
I didn't think it was that heavy.
You better hope those
like to
rugs
try
don't
it
attack
on.
you again.
Dress Dwayne up in chainmail and have him walk around for an hour.
He'd just be laying there flat on his like, like the kid in the Christmas Story, just rolling back and forth.
He's his only defense. Were you
Yeah, that
guys
was-
doing anything with the sphere, by the way? The eye thing that fell
Yes,
in?
Felon is absolutely identifying the crap out of that.
You
for sure.
identify the crap out of it and find...
Yes. Oh, that's so cool.
Well, boy, that really could have helped us a minute ago.
Animated by magic functioning 100. Oh my god. That's very cool.
That is very cool. Oh, speaking of oddities, Dwayne pulls a little token out of a bag and throws it on the ground. A little animal pops up. We have one of these now.
Do I have to make you define little animal? Like your horse?
No, this is actually a little animal. Hang on.
It's Dwayle's bag of gerbils.
It's not another abomination.
Well, it's sort of an abomination, but it's less of an abomination than some other things. Hang on. There's no easy way to make this do what I want to. Hooray. It's a giant badger! Wait, is it giant badger? My, you're much larger than I was expecting.
So you just pulled the giant badger?
Just, yep.
Why do you have a badger in a bag?
I'm not entirely certain why there was a badger in the bag. From what I understand, these little tokens turn into animals when thrown. Doesn't seem to be much control over what sort of animal you get, though. This appears to be a badger.
You have a giant badger now sniffing at your feet. Kind of sniffing towards the decomposing corpse skeleton behind you. It slowly starts kind of rolling in the dead body juice.
Felon, it takes after you.
Hey, I don't roll in it. Besides, I wear a smock. Hey, get off of him!
It hisses
Come along
at
now.
Felon.
Come along now, badger.
Happily trots behind you.
Ah,
Especially
Why
since
don't
you
you-
lovingly gave it a name.
Aw, Dwayle's first friend.
ouch. I've summoned many friends. Thank you.
We'll withhold the comment about that being the only way you could get friends around. And
Speaking of, I poke at the corpse's components and wonder if he's got enough about him to summon a familiar. I'd meant to pick up some incense, but we went diamond hunting instead.
Yeah, you're searching him. He doesn't seem to have anything else besides what you found.
Ah.
Strangely, no money. You would have expected at least something.
Speaking of money, Dwayne starts ritual casting Tensor's floating discs and migrating the plate mail down towards the door. I think we could at least get this outside with us.
The busted up, broken plate mail from all of the things that you decimated?
Well, they just a little burned.
Most of them did tend to damage as they went through.
By the way, is that a rug right there?
How where?
Is that a rug?
It is a rug that has been stepped on multiple times.
Okay. Gus is like looking at the rug like, do I have to burn you?
Oh!
Look, you already made a friend, and now you're making the same noises as your friend does.
Mhm.
Me and the badger just like both looking at the rug. I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah. You tear that shit up.
He totally starts doing that.
Oh, so Sen.
Yes.
Since we're pretty much done for the night, I just had a quick question. Did we happen, by chance, to level up a little bit? Do a little level up? Level up?
No leveling today.
Hey, Kyle.
wow.
Good
Mom
luck
says
with that
mom
one.
says no, so you run to dad.
I know. So usually the other way around. What I need to do is I need to ask Kyle first, and then I need to ask Sen. That's the way to do it.
That is always the smart plan, just so you know. Yes,
That's
well,
okay
this
with-
is it for the evening.
Thank